the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. Leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil said, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican world radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy Wednesday.
Dark and dreary Wednesday.
It is a little overcast, a little cloudy.
I like it.
The feel of rain is in the air.
The petrichor is out.
Yeah.
I like it.
We do have a 30% chance of rain today.
I was hoping for 3.
Can
2,
only get
1, and then like 2 little drops. It's not looking good for us, man.
Yeah.
The bell says no.
I think the bell needs some servicing.
The bell oil.
Well, in all fairness, it's a 30% chance, which is a 70% chance it doesn't rain.
Yeah.
But I want to be glass half full. We're going to get some moisture between noon and 3 today.
I've always felt that anything over 20% is significant.
Around here?
Yeah.
You could say that. That's a pretty fair shot.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. Hopefully some of that moisture comes our way. Fingers crossed. Toes crossed.
Dust ball over here. Just need a little wetness, people. That's all. We just need a little wet.
But I don't want it to wreck any plans. Like today's Purple Day, which we're going to talk with Tabitha here in a bit. And so they're going to be doing an event like a McDonald's toy drive. I know Domino's is partnering.
With as much excessive dryness as we've had, play through the rain.
Yeah.
Do it. Just make it happen through the rain.
As long as it's not like a lightning thunderstorm, play in the rain.
Yeah, exactly.
Why not? I used to love playing in the rain when I was a kid.
Yeah, it's the best. Cold in spots.
Summer rain, of course. I'm not out there in, December doing it, but, July, middle of summer, got a nice little pour down. And
sorry, summer rain just sounds like an adult film star actress.
Or a shampoo.
Or a shampoo, yeah. Pretty much. Yeah, nice summer drizzle, or even now, like a mid-spring drizzle. It's not super cold out.
Yeah.
Like
that. And it's gonna be warmer. We're warming back up. We're back up in the upper 80s today. So, the days of the 70s for now, I think are not happening.
It's gonna be muggy.
Yeah. Oh, I had Kevin in today too. I think I double booked. We'll figure it out. I just realized when I saw through the thing there, I think I double booked. That's all right. We're gonna get it. Did double book? We're gonna do them both. Tell them both to hang out. We're gonna bring them in. Tell Kevin we'll hang out here in a few. That was my fault. I forgot to write it down. That was my fault. So we got a busy hour.
Best get to it.
We got a busy hour. We're gonna bring everybody in. We're gonna do it. I promise. That was my fault. I forgot to write it down. We're gonna have Tabitha Denny join us here this hour with Royal Family Kids, and we're gonna talk Royal Family Kids Purple Day, which is today.
Right.
And they've got several events planned here as they raise awareness and funds for Royal Family Kids Camp, which is an awesome camp they do each summer. They'll take basically kids that are abused, neglected, and they'll go and take them to summer camp. And they just give them a week of normal, fun summer camp stuff. Get them a chance to experience things that they don't normally get to do. So today's Purple Day. They do a big fundraising event throughout. So we'll talk about that with Tabitha this hour. Also, Kevin Mavers, City Development Director, will join us this hour. Give us an update there. I forgot to put that down on the paper or on my calendar.
A lot of stuff happening around around Roswell. So interesting to see what's going on.
So we're going to chit-chat with them. In the 8 o'clock hour, we have the folks from Big Brothers Big Sisters of Southeast New Mexico scheduled to join us. We'll chit-chat with them about what they've got going on, get an update there. And then folks from American Legion Post 61 will join us in the 9 o'clock hour and get an update from them. Did a Gold Star ceremony this past week. They've got some other events and stuff coming up, so we'll chit-chat with them about that.
Very good.
All right. Well, I guess I better get started since I got a busy hour here. It is 7:10. Let's get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Generally fair over the next couple of days and warming up quite a bit as we head toward the weekend. We may get some clouds early, but clearing up through the midday and afternoon. Our high today should be in the mid-80s. For the overnight hours, we're expecting clear skies and down to a low of 50. Then we warm up on Thursday, low 90s and sunny, right around 90 and sunny on Friday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 60 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 72% with winds out of the south at 13 miles per hour. So they're saying there's a chance. We're looking at a 30% chance of some showers and thunderstorms. They say the sweet spot for us today will be between the hours of noon and 3 p.m. Partly cloudy for the day with a high of 87, so it is warming up today. Winds will be out of the south 10 to 15 this morning. For the afternoon, 15 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, we're looking at mostly clear skies with an overnight low of 50. Winds will be out of the south, 15 to 20. They'll drop down 5 to 10 after midnight tonight. Thursday, we're looking at sunny skies. We're back into the 90s tomorrow, 93 for a high with west winds 5 to 10 early, 15 to 20 for the afternoon. Tomorrow night, skies will be clear with an overnight low of 53. Southwest winds 15 to 20, dropping down 10 to 15 after midnight. Friday, we'll be right around 90. Sunny skies 89 officially with west winds 10 to 15 in the morning, 15 to 20 in the afternoon. And then looking at your weekend, sunny 86 for your Saturday, sunny and 91 on Sunday. And it looks like we'll start next week in the low 90s as well there too. All right, it is 12 minutes after 7 o'clock. We're going to take about a 2.5-minute commercial break. I think I'll check with them and see what's scheduled. But I think we'll talk with Tabitha first here, and then we'll talk with Kevin in just a few. So don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Hear the call of the wild this summer with summer camp at the Spring River Zoo, with camps for kids age 4 through 17 and 7 weekly camps offered in June and July. Camp topics include predators and prey, camouflage, zookeeper roles, and zoo research. Lunch and snacks are provided daily, and all kids get a camp t-shirt. Space is limited. Sign-ups are on now. Find more details on each camp at springriverzoo.com and register your kid's spot now through roswellconnect.com. Go wild this summer with summer camps at the Spring River Zoo, 1306 East College.
Buying a sewing machine from a big box store or online might seem like a bargain, but in this case, you really do get what you pay for. Just the machine. No lessons, no help with figuring out why it isn't working the way you expect, and no one close to fix it. Buying locally from an authorized retailer may cost a little more, but in the end, it will save you time, money, and aggravation. Come see me, Chris Ann, at So Easy Sewing, 200 East College Boulevard in Roswell, and let me show you why it pays to shop local. So Easy Sewing. You've never had it so easy.
Martine's Capital Cafe in Roswell offers authentic and highly rated New Mexico food. Explore their amazing menu featuring huevos rancheros or asado with eggs or their green chili stew. And you can't forget their award-winning green chili cheeseburger, all made from scratch using their finest and freshest ingredients. Open for carryout with curbside delivery or limited dine-in. Just call ahead 624-2111. Martine's Capital Cafe, always pleasing the most refined palate. Open Monday through Saturday from 6 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. at 110 West 4th in Roswell.
Hey CVE members, have you scheduled your no-cost home energy audit? If not, we're getting close to summer and hotter weather. It's time to sign up. Call 575-746-3571 to get your name on the list for a free home energy audit. Weather stripping, new door sweeps, minor repairs, and much more. Start saving money and keep that purchased air in your home. Central Valley Electric Cooperative is happy to partner with Green Metal Energy for this valuable audit. Again, 575-746-3571.
The weather is heating up. Time for new beginnings and time to get a new vehicle for you and your family. Richland Chevy Buick GMC and Richland Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram both have amazing spring deals on both new and pre-owned vehicles. You'll find a huge inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Or better yet, customize your new vehicle. Order it today and build the vehicle of your dreams. Right now, Richland is offering top dollar for your trade. And with the Richland Brand Champion Program, you can ride with confidence knowing you are taken care of long after the sale. Ride for the brand that rides for you. Richland, where service is always job one.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. There are 293 ways to make change for $1. Try all 293 on the guy who keeps borrowing money from you. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 15 minutes after 7 o'clock, and joining us in the studio this morning from the Royal Family Kids, we do have Tabitha Denny back with us. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm good. I've got my voice back.
So you got a busy day today. So
I do have a busy day today,
hopefully...
assuming our rain. We're supposed to be there from 2 to 6 today.
Oh, so it's right in the...
It's right there, so as long as it does it and then it goes away, I'm good. But you know what? We've been praying for moisture. We need moisture, so I'm not going to complain by any means.
The bulk of it's between noon and 2, and then it just sprinkles from 2 to 3.
And I'm okay. We'll have a cover.
There you go. Umbrella. That's why they made umbrellas and raincoats.
Yep.
We'll just have to figure out how to put those back on.
We'll have the nice little canopy.
But today is Purple Day.
It is. Today is the day.
And Royal Family Kids, and we had a great conversation. For folks that are familiar, I don't want to do the whole.
Right.
But Royal Family Kids it's an organization that helps and works with these kids that are neglected, abused, and basically kids in foster care, CYFD, the kids that are really struggling right now. And Royal Family Kids basically gives them an opportunity to be a normal kid for a week. And that's kind of that. At the end of the day, that's what's about. It's about giving a kid an opportunity to be a kid. Go to the camp for the summer or for a week during the summer and go and, do camp stuff, fishing, hiking, biking, swimming, all the stuff they do at camp. And so, and really giving them a chance to do all that. So, but it takes money, and it takes a lot of volunteers. It takes a lot of people to make that happen. So today's April the 27th is Purple Day, and is Purple Day throughout all Royal Family Kids across? Because this is more than just here.
No, this is a New Mexico thing.
This is a New Mexico thing.
Our founder for camp here started it. Jacob Roebuck started Purple Day, so it's our big fundraising day.
Gotcha. Because Royal Family Kids is not just here in Roswell. It's
international.
It's international. And so, and doing the same thing.
But we are the only one in the state of New Mexico.
Gotcha. Very good. So, they do this same thing throughout the world here. So, but today here in Roswell, we would love to have folks support in any way you can.
Yes.
It's really easy. Wearing purple and showing support, that's a great way. Just raising awareness for folks. But why is everybody in purple today? Well, now that you can tell them.
So now I'm going to tell you why everybody's wearing purple today. So I'm going to look at the camera and show everybody our shirt. It says Purple Day. On the back, it says, "We love foster kids."
Excellent.
And so Purple Day is our major fundraising day. We fundraise all year long, basically. But this is like our concentrated day.
Yeah, this is the day where we all devote our time and energy to raise money.
But we also, today is our toy drive day.
Yes.
So we will be at the UFO McDonald's. We will be covered, just in case it rains, from 2 to 6.
Okay.
And we're accepting new and unwrapped toys for children 7 to 12.
7 to 12. So thinking that wheelhouse, kids around that age, which is a good age because that basic kids is pretty broad as far as they still love, the girls love their Barbies and stuff still at that age. The boys like their G.I. Joes and what have you.
The remote control cars, games, crafts, sports like footballs and basketballs, those type things go really well with the kids during camp. So just we have a big birthday party for the kids during camp.
Yeah.
And so that's what these toys are.
And they all get a toy.
And they all get at least one, usually get 2 gifts and their own cake, but we give them for that. So that's what this big day is. But we're also fundraising because we don't charge our foster parents.
Yeah, it doesn't cost them a dime.
And so everything we have is fundraised. If you donate, we will be selling the shirts over there for donation.
Okay.
Or for a toy.
Okay.
Whichever, we'll have some of
those
those
there. So bring a toy and maybe $10, $20, $50, $100.
Yes, or $5 or $1,000,
Any little bit
So it costs $500 average for a child to go to camp.
How much?
$500.
$500 on average. And how many
So-
kids do you send through camp on average?
Anywhere from 35 to 70.
So
this year we're shooting for 35 to 50 is what we're hoping for.
Okay.
But a lot of that depends on our volunteers. Because if we don't have volunteers, we can't take the kids.
If you don't have the people,
right?
Because
And
you
so-
like to do a very low ratio where the kids
so
to
the
counselor ratio is very low.
and we have to have that. Like that's part of
Standard
the rules.
operating
Standard,
position.
actually.
Gotcha.
So, but there's so many other roles at camp, but we have to have. If we don't have our counselors, we can't send kids, and
Gotcha.
so these kids, some of them have been to camp before, some of them have not been to camp, but have talked to other kids or whatever, and so they look forward to it every year.
Sure.
And it's one of those like half full, half empty things because the kids want to come back, but we don't want them to come back because we want them
to
be able to
find
go
homes
home,
and
either be adopted or be able to go
get
back
out
with
of
their
the
families.
situations they're in where they're
Correct.
not really needed to.
But
go into
unfortunately, that's not the reality we
Sure.
live in, and so some of the kids want to come back, and so we really are trying hard. I know I mentioned last time, but we've got some amazing St. Mark's quilters. It was St. Mark's
Oh,
quilters.
good. Okay.
Okay. So the ladies over there make quilts for the kids. They're
That's
doing it again
cool.
this year. Domino's. So just to make sure I plug in today.
Yeah, today's the day we want to get everyone to go take a trip to Domino's.
Pizza. So I'm doing that subliminal thing, Mike. Is it working?
Yeah, I'm in.
Okay, good.
But here, just in case everyone's like, ew, pizza. They got salads, they got sandwiches.
And their dips.
And they got dips, they got the pasta. I'm telling you, my favorite sandwich over there is that chicken bacon ranch one.
I haven't had it, but I have heard that was really good.
If you order that one, if you're not into pizza, order that sandwich.
Yes.
You'll be very happy. And they got deals where you do like the $6 each, and you end up
Yep.
getting a bunch of those.
So
for like
all
$6
carry out today at both locations, and all you have to do is either mention Purple Day
Okay.
or Royal Family Kids. And if you order online, which is one of the awesome things we didn't have last time, they have a promotion code for us that you'll put in the coupon area.
Yes.
It's D as in Delta, N as in Nancy 1.
DN1. Okay.
If you put that in there, or if you call, you can even say it. But I'm going to spark a little.
Drop a gauntlet here. A little challenge?
Yeah, let's challenge. The challenge is the word. It's still early in the morning. Like, between the North and South, let's see who can win. I'm going to be curious to hear from Eddie, who's the supervisor, to find out which one sold more. So come on, you guys who are living on both sides. Let's see who can win.
Who can raise more money for
let's see
Royal
who can raise
Family
money
Kids.
for. And who knows? Maybe I'll do something cool for that.
There you go.
Depending on what it is. But that's one of the big things.
And that's all day today. So
it's all day.
So lunch,
yes. dinner, everything.
Yeah.
So all day long, they've been wonderful. So make sure you guys get some pizza. Come see us out at McDonald's.
Yeah. And of course, if you're interested in becoming a volunteer or want to learn more about being a camp counselor, then come by the McDonald's today.
Absolutely.
during
That would
time.
be probably the best time to come and get some information.
Yeah,
Because I will be there all day.
Okay.
I'll be there from 2 to 6.
During that time
Yes.
period. Yeah. So come by, talk, and then, of course, bring a toy, bring some money if you can.
And if you don't want to go buy the toy and you want to donate money for us to purchase toys, that is actually welcome too. We've had people do that in the past. A lot of times that makes it easier because
that lets you fill the gap.
Yes.
Like if you're missing, like if you need girls, more younger girls' toys, and you've got money to go do
and
that.
once we know what kids we have and what they like, that we'll end up probably going to buy them some as well.
And that's true too. If maybe you're a grandparent or a parent, or maybe you're just an adult that don't have kids, and you're not really in touch with what's the latest and greatest in kids' toys and what they're into.
Absolutely.
I'm one of those people. I'm like, they still like Blue's Clues. Like, no, they haven't done that in years.
Exactly.
So I'm a little out of touch, and I'll be a bit like, well, here's $20. Go buy a toy that they'll enjoy.
So I'm going to plug in for volunteers too. Again, we're looking for like grandma, grandpa that would like to come. To volunteer at camp, you have to be there for the week.
Okay.
We do vet everybody, background checks, we do interviews, everything. So we want to make sure they're a good fit. But we're always looking for roles ages 16 and up.
Yeah.
So
if you love hanging out for camp for a week and going out because you're out there
something's been
too.
tugging on your heart that you want to do something, this is an awesome opportunity. I promise you will not regret it.
I would imagine your volunteers get as much, if not more, out of that week at camp than the kids do.
Mike, they absolutely do.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
By the end of the week, their hearts are filled. They're probably tired.
Oh, especially our counselors, because they were with these kids 22 hours out of the day, and all the 5 days that we're there, they're with them, and they're climbing up and doing everything that the kids are doing. So they're really exhausted. but it is really emotionally exhausted by the end of the week.
Sure.
To see.
But it's also
kids.
a nice little escape because you're a week in the mountains. You're spending up a week in the mountains. You two were out there hiking and camping and doing all that stuff too. And so you can't have a bad time here in the woods in the nice weather.
And the kids love it because we have the fish come up. We have somebody bring up from Game and Fish. We'll bring fish up. So the kids, some of them have never been fishing before.
And
so
that's good.
They had
great
some,
just to see all that.
No lie. I'm just telling you guys, the fish was that big.
All right. No
catfish.
Fish stories here.
Yes, no fish stories here. And so they were pretty excited that they get to catch some of the catfish.
I'm sorry. Every child that's grew up in New Mexico has to have an opportunity to do this kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
It's just, it's in your backyard. You got to do it. We got to give
and birthday parties.
Yeah, absolutely.
And be loved on.
So support. Today's the day. If you go to, if you look for Royal Family Kids Roswell on Facebook, that way you can get, if you're like driving, what time is that event? They got all the information there. They got the codes for Domino's if you can't remember the DN1 code, and that's carry out only. So
carry out only.
So at either Domino's here in town, and of course that's all day today. Or if you just come on by, say I want to give me a pizza, and hey, I want to do this for Royal Family Kids or something. They'll give you a discount.
Yes.
And they're going to donate here to the pizza to Royal Family Kids. So
GMs at the north, GMs at the south. I'm challenging you guys to do something. But thank you I want to say Brian and Michelle Bailey, thank you for doing that, for supporting us. They are great. So,
well, to be honest, it's the easiest way we, the community, can help Royal Family Kids is go eat pizza today. Yes. I mean, that really, and drop off a toy and drop off.
And McDonald's for letting us use their parking lot.
Thank you very much
thank you for that. Yep.
They're
Nick,
always,
thank you so much.
Nick and his team are always
awesome.
community members and things. And
we have a pretty amazing community. Mm-hmm. We really, really do. So
so support them all. And,
absolutely.
And then what's the website too if folks want to learn more about Royal Family Kids?
Purple Day NM. Space. Oh my goodness! Thanks a lot.
We're going so good.
Okay, we're gonna do this all over again, guys. So it's purpledaynm.squarespace.com.
Okay, purpledaynm.squarespace.com.
Yes.
Very good.
So.
And I'm guessing if you don't remember any of that, if you Google Purple Day.
And if you get on Facebook or Purple Day, any of that will come on.
You'll find
Anybody
links.
can call me. If not, go see us today. We'd love to have you.
Absolutely. And don't forget, all day today. And of course, Purple Day can really be every day here. So
it can absolutely be Purple Day.
If today your day's swamped and stuff, but you want to help out, reach out, go through the website or Facebook and say, hey, I'd love to volunteer, or hey, I was busy today, but here's a donation to help any of these things, or bring a new toy. I'm sure if it's after today and you're thinking, I want to get a kid's a toy, we'll get a way to make sure that gets to the...
Yes, Pioneer, Casa, they're great if you tell them it's for us.
They're collecting pretty much all the time. Okay.
But Pioneer over there, the north one, they will collect them.
Okay.
So if you go in there and say it's for camp, they've been wonderful.
And that's pretty much all year round?
Yes. So like anytime, for the most part right now, we're really concentrating, but most of the time they can contact me.
So yeah, if you roll in there in, I don't know, September or something, it's like, hey, I want to drop a kid off, a toy off for the Royal Family Kids. Can you hold on to it for me?
Yes, especially around Christmas, and they can all get in touch with me. I'll take them year round. So.
Well, and that's just it, and especially that time of year where you get a lot of folks trying to do good for other people, and so there's so many going on.
Absolutely.
And so, the Royal Family Kids. Remember, today's the day, Purple Day. Wear your purple.
Yes, if you haven't left the house yet, any kind of purple will work.
Put on your purple, and let's fill the streets of Roswell with people wearing purple all day.
Absolutely.
And have and let's raise a bunch of money, and let's make this year's camp the best one ever. So
yes, and those who have already donated, thank you.
Keep going.
Keep going. I love to see my emails pop with that, and that's the only time I really like to get mail.
Yeah.
Because usually it's always bills. So
right.
When I get to check now, it's usually a check.
Yeah.
So it's awesome.
Another way folks can help too is go to the Royal Family Kids Facebook page. Share their posts.
Yes.
Share the one about Domino's. Share the one about the toy drive going on at McDonald's today.
Definitely.
Share those, because the more eyeballs that get on that, the more people are aware, and the more money and more things that are.
Yeah, I flooded some of my friends' texts last night with reminding everybody to go get pizza. So those of my friends, I will be texting you all again today.
That's right.
Yes.
We will all be having
pizza or something from Domino's.
That's right. That's right. We all have a robust tomato sauce mustache by the end of the day. Well, thank you, Tavis.
Thank you, Mike, for having me
We'll
again.
see you next time.
Yes, absolutely.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, it is 7:30. We're going to pause for news, quick break, and then Kevin, who's been kind enough to be patiently waiting, as I forgot to write him down on my calendar. Kevin Maver's going to join us from the City Development Director for the City of Roswell here. Is going to be give us an update. We'll talk probably a little more about the cannabis ordinance and the latest and greatest there. As I know I think they're proposing some changes and relook-ats and things according to last City Council. So Kevin will give us all the skinny on that next. So don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Now for your Pecos Valley News Update, I'm Jared Sorello. New developments in the double shooting at a Roswell park. Now, police say the teen suspect they were looking for has been caught. 15-year-old Javen Montoya was arrested in Ruidoso on Monday. RPD says Montoya was captured at a trailer at a site along US 70. He was arrested without incident and is now being brought back to Roswell. Last week, RPD said it was looking for Montoya in connection to the killings of Cameron Luna and Jorge Armendariz at Cahoon Park. Eddy County Commissioners have awarded a car contract to a local dealership after the lowest bidders were disqualified from the competition. The $874,000 deal is between the Sheriff's Office and Guy Chevrolet, which actually submitted the highest bid for 20 new Sheriff's Patrol cars. Anicia Cerna, the Eddy County Finance Officer, told commissioners that Guy Chevrolet was actually the only bidder to have an active New Mexico Performance Certificate. You're up to date. I'm Jared Sorello reporting.
Today, a look at how the media is reacting to Elon Musk owning Twitter. I'm Kim Commando, brought to you by SimpliSafe. Get a free indoor security camera plus 20% off with interactive monitoring at simplysafekim.com. Let's start with Jeff Bezos-owned Washington Post. Headline, how to lock down your Twitter data or leave before Musk takes over. From the Daily Mail, rebellious employees call deal dangerous for democracy. Got it? They're worried that tools used for censorship may be disabled. The New York Times, Twitter under Elon Musk will be a scary place. Scary? The LA Times, how Musk could ruin Twitter. From Fox News, many Twitter employees too shocked to speak over the billionaire's plans to promote freedom of speech. I'll pause to let that one sink in. Too shocked? Free speech is causing them panic and fear? Why not just do what they told you to do about porn? If you really don't want to see it, don't ever go looking for it. Follow me at twitter.com/KimCommando.
This is a metaphor for your business's journey. Sometimes it feels like you're going 100 miles an hour, barely keeping up. But to cruise through challenges, you need someone who's right there with you. That's what Dell Technologies advisors do. They have the Windows PCs and tech advice you need to get past whatever's in front of you and get where you want to go. Call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL. A start to a simpler experience with Windows 11 Pro.
When you need a hand with your tech, getting it to work, making it better, finding an online job, or maybe just wondering how to stream the best way, ask me 24/7 at the Commando Community Forums. I'll help you there along with other pros. And for a limited time, you can get 30 days of complete access for free at getkim.com. And if your listening of the show gets interrupted for whatever the reason, you can download and listen to the show's podcast too. That's getkim.com for 30 days free access. GetKim.com.
Meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Generally fair over the next couple of days and warming up quite a bit as we head toward the weekend. We may get some clouds early, but clearing up through the midday and afternoon. Our high today should be in the mid-80s. For the overnight hours, we're expecting clear skies and down to a low of 50. Then we warm up on Thursday, low 90s and sunny, right around 90 and sunny on Friday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Hey, New Mexico. Experiencing issues keeping your office technology up to date with these crazy supply chain issues? Well, DSI is here to help. We've diversified our products and solutions to help your business not just survive, but thrive in any situation. Have your teams collaborate and share with high-def video walls and interactive smart panels. With free unlimited support, the fear of any new technology is a thing of the past. Contact DSI today to upgrade your workspace. www.dsinm.com. RoswellTalk.com.
It's time for the Chavez County Sports Report. Last day of the season for the Goddard Rockets yesterday in softball action, and Goddard loses to Portales in a pair, 11-8 in the first game, and then 10-0 in the second. Weird season for the Rockets. They started out the season 7-3, and then only won one game after that. Very weird. Also, that was the end of the regular season, end of everything for Goddard. Roswell, though, still has a chance for second in district, despite losing a doubleheader yesterday to Carlsbad, 15-1 and 9-1. The Coyotes wrap up at Clovis on Friday with a doubleheader, but they're going to need some help from Carlsbad. If Carlsbad were able to beat Hobbs, the Coyotes could tie Hobbs for second. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell Talk FM 106.5.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. JetBlue Airways said Tuesday that it lost $255 million in the first quarter, and widespread flight cancellations in April, plus the need to hire and train more pilots, will delay the company's return to profitability. JetBlue said it would further reduce its schedule this summer to limit delays and cancellations. The Biden administration is scrapping old-fashioned incandescent light bulbs, speeding an ongoing trend toward more efficient lighting that officials say will save households, schools, and businesses billions of dollars a year. New Energy Department rules will require manufacturers to sell energy-efficient light bulbs, accelerating a long-time industry practice to use compact fluorescent and LED bulbs that last 25 to 50 times longer than incandescent bulbs. The Trump administration had slowed an earlier phase-out of incandescents, saying it was targeting rules that burden business. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
All right, let's get out the old grocery list here. Let's see, eggs, milk, bread, insurance. I don't want to shop for insurance.
Fortunately, you don't have to. George Gandy Insurance is here for you, shopping and comparing rates from different insurance carriers to save you money, time, and hassle. Visit a George Gandy Insurance location near you today.
We keep you covered. George Gandy Insurance.
Crack the vault and save this month at Roswell Honda with an amazing selection of vehicles priced to move so you don't have to break the bank. Like a 2016 Audi A3 for just $211 a month, a 2014 Chrysler Town & Country for just $181 a month, or a 2010 Honda Odyssey for just $161 a month. Get a 12-pack of soda and a trip to Mexico just for stopping by, a $15 gas gift card with a test drive, and a car detailing kit with purchase. And crack the code for your chance to win cash all month long at Roswell Honda, 2177 West 2nd.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. The U.S. Treasury once considered producing donut-shaped coins. They instead decided to go with coin-shaped donuts. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 7:37, and now officially joining us in studio this morning, City Development Director Kevin Mavers back with us this morning. Good morning, Kevin.
Good morning, Mike.
Thanks for hanging out for a little bit. I apologize.
I took a short nap. We've had a lot of late nights lately, so the extra 15 minutes was a very welcome break.
Well, very good. Well, I'm glad I could help there. So, yeah, you're right. A lot been going on here in the city as far as development side goes. Cannabis is a lot on people's brains, but that's not actually. There's a lot of other stuff going on too.
There is a lot of other stuff. In fact, I was. If you tuned into last night's Planning Commission meeting, I referred to it as a green letter night, a green letter night, because it's the and let's talk about the cannabis situation just a little bit, because there's been a tremendous amount over the of misinformation, disinformation, some outright rumors, and other things.
A lot of scuttlebutt.
That Roswell's cannabis ordinance was improper, illegal, didn't keep in mind the intent of the state and everything else. And last night proved that all of those rumors are completely incorrect.
Gotcha.
Okay. The two companies that came forward last night, Pecos Valley Production, which is one of the largest cannabis companies here, certainly in this part of the state.
Yeah.
And then Ultra Health, NMTO Ultra Health.
Another large.
They're statewide as well. And in fact, the gentleman that spoke last night said that they are the number one largest company statewide. Of course, it depends on how you measure largest.
Sure, I'm sure that's up for debate.
I've got at least two other companies I'm aware of that claim to be number one in the state of New Mexico. But
they are a big deal in the industry.
They are a big deal. They are a big deal. Anyway, both of these companies were the first to apply to convert their existing medical marijuana facilities to have combination facilities to be able to sell both the recreational and the medicinal.
Gotcha.
They both filled out the applications properly. They both provided all the information that we felt was appropriate. The public hearing was set for last night. It was held. Staff provided all the data and the information, and then the applicants came up to speak. They both made terrific presentations. They addressed every single one of our security, safety, public health concerns, and everything else. And at the end of the evening, both of them were moved forward to the City Council for the meeting of the May meeting with recommendations from the Planning Commission for approval.
Okay. So is that their last step next month at that meeting?
Next month at that meeting will be their last step.
Okay.
They, assuming the City Council agrees with the recommendation of the Planning Commission.
Gotcha.
And that's one of the slight differences that the City of Roswell has over a number of other, rather than leaving it completely in staff's hands. You know, the City Council, when we put together this ordinance, they decided they did want to take a conservative approach. Okay. And that approach, quite honestly, was based on the research that we did about what has happened in other states and other communities the same size as Roswell. By taking a conservative approach, by putting in controls to assist with public health and safety, to make sure that we get all the information that we need, by taking that slower approach, we let people get into the marketplace, we get to analyze, we get to adjust, and then it's far easier. And this is the one thing that I'm not sure that everybody understands.
Okay.
When it comes to legislation, whether it's local or state, it is far easier to loosen the reins than it is to tighten them down.
Okay.
So
you went. They went uber conservative, and they'll loosen it as they see where it's probably areas they can.
And then I don't think anybody has denied the fact that the City of Roswell, the City Council, the previous City Council anyway, wanted to take a more thoughtful, long-term approach to this. It's not that we were violating any state laws. There was still as was proven out last night, there is a path forward, and we got the first two. Next month, we actually have, I believe, 4 additional cannabis facilities that are coming forward. They didn't quite get all their information turned in time for last night's meeting, but they got it. And then the month after that, we have another 1 or 2 coming in, including a couple of brand new facilities that are looked at. So everybody's moving through the process. And so I call last night a green letter day on our calendar because it proved that the approach that the City of Roswell took, while a little more time consuming and a little more thoughtful, certainly more conservative than some other states, some other cities that just threw the doors open wide, is a valid and thoughtful and very legal approach.
Is it basically, and to try to kind of break it into the simplest terms possible here, is that the philosophy was we rather get it right than get it fast, and by doing that they're slowing the process, but they're going very conservative and saying, okay, let's cover all bases, and then as more and more people go through the process, it'll be streamlined to like, okay, maybe this is a bit excessive, we can back off here. This is a good part, we need to ramp up here. Am I kind of? Am I oversimplifying it, or is that pretty much?
You're not. I mean, I've worked for municipalities, and I've worked with the cannabis industry in 3 different states before coming to New Mexico. I worked on projects in California, Arizona, and Colorado. All the states take a slightly different approach, and each municipality within the state takes a slightly different approach to how they do it. That approach reflects the culture of the individual community.
Gotcha.
You know, some cities, and I'll use California as an example because that's the one I'm most familiar with.
Sure.
There are some cities in California that got on the bandwagon very early. And they still took a very specific approach. They wanted to get into the cannabis industry, but they wanted to get into the cultivation, the manufacturing, everything else. They weren't quite sure about the recreational retail sales part of it.
Sure.
So they would approve a portion of the industry and then say, we'll wait and see where the rest of it goes.
Gotcha.
And they
use that as a microcosm.
Yeah, they used it as an economic driver.
Gotcha.
They wanted to. There were other cities that looked at it, and just from the cultivation standpoint, they said, you know what, we like the idea, but we're a farming community first. And knowing and understanding that the efficacy of the product, the cannabis product, is going to determine its retail price, we believe that we should take advantage of indoor grow technology rather than letting people come in and take good arable land for food and produce and convert that to cannabis growth.
Gotcha. Because the farmers are like, I can make more money with the cannabis, and now we got an issue like everyone's growing weed, no one's growing corn.
Exactly. So if you go to the deserts of California and Arizona, or you go up into Colorado, what you'll find is these incredible high technology growing facilities that operate 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and allow for product to be produced 12 months out of the year.
Gotcha.
You don't have to worry about the growing cycle.
Because they can control the sun, all the climate conditions.
You control everything.
Yeah.
And going beyond that, because with an indoor grow, you are allowed to, number one, you use a tremendous amount less water per plant because you can recycle, you can reuse, you can control the amount of water that you get in there.
So
you don't have infiltration problems and things.
Pardon the pun, it's more green growing.
Yeah, it is. But the bottom line is with an indoor grow, you produce much better product as well. And so that's where I hope our industry is going to go.
Yeah. And that's where the science is.
That's
really
where all the science is.
Yeah.
And what is happening in other areas is you're seeing that indoor grow technology being driven by the cannabis market that's now filtering into the traditional agriculture market. And so you're finding places that have very high-tech greenhouses now that are growing tomatoes all year round and growing green leafy vegetables.
So that technology that they kind of discovered in cannabis, they're transferring over to food.
Well, they're certainly making it a lot more viable, that's for sure. And of course, because more people are using it, the cost, as we all know, the price of technology does tend to come down over time as it's adopted. That's why these monitors that you have here in the studio that were $2,000-$3,000 only a decade ago are now $295 at Sam's Club.
Yeah, exactly.
But the technology comes down, and that's one of the things I really do hope with our local producers. Because I believe it was the gentleman from NMTO Ultra Health that pointed out the challenges in the industry right now are finding. They said they could certainly sell a lot more. They could generate a lot more tax revenue for the cities if the supply chain was broader.
Gotcha.
And so what we're seeing is the industry is growing and prices are going up at the retail level because the supply chain.
It's all supply and demand.
It's all in short supply right now.
Demand's very high, supply not so much.
So it's a. And we have even paved a way in our own city ordinances for those indoor grow facilities, for those high-tech facilities. If somebody wants to build one of those, they just need to come to our office. We'll talk to them. We'll let them know where they can put those facilities and what they can do. But like I said, the bottom line and the reason I do believe last night was so important is it was a proof of concept.
Gotcha.
Last night, it really was that we took a very thoughtful approach. Mm-hmm. Yes, we were ready to go in January.
Sure.
And that all people needed to do was go ahead and apply, go through the process, which the first two have done that. They've gone through the process. 2 weeks from now, 2 weeks and 2 days from now, they'll be at the city council level, and the city council will make a final determination.
Nice.
And we will have our first couple of recreational cannabis facilities here in Roswell.
So assuming everything goes according to plan at the May meeting here, then hopefully by early summer, we're starting to see the recreational side.
Actually, they should be able to start selling immediately thereafter.
Like the day after or whatever their logistics are up and ready to do so.
And that's, the last night's meeting did include a variety of if you read the staff report and looked at all the information, there was a series with a conditional use permit. We supply the applicant with a list of what we call conditions of approval.
Okay.
You need to provide these things before you open. Okay. And in that list, there was a number of different things that they need to do. I can pretty much guarantee they're working on them today.
Nice.
In advance, because they do want to open. They do want to convert immediately. And I would imagine, because the next meeting is on a Thursday night, that they probably want to begin selling for the weekend.
Yeah, I would.
I would imagine they'll be in my office frequently, and they'll be getting everything in place that they need in anticipation of a positive reception at the city council meeting.
Just a G-Wiz quick question, and I have no idea. As far as, like you said, both of these two companies are medical, and then now they're going also recreational. Now, is their plan to offer both at the same facility, or do they have to go one place for the medical, one place for the recreational?
No, the answer to your question is they will offer both. Okay. In fact, the gentleman Leonard Salgado last night made the presentation for Pecos Valley Production, and he actually brought in samples of the. Now he didn't let us try them. But
brought brownies, everybody.
But he brought in copies of all the information to demonstrate the. And showing the packaging and the labeling on the packaging, showing the information that was provided along with it,
what it's going to look like when you go to buy it.
And again, letting everybody know that the pursuant to state law, that a certain percentage of the product must be set aside for the medical cannabis users.
Gotcha.
You cannot go 100% retail. You must provide a certain percentage. And in truth, I think what we're going to find is that there's going to be a pretty significant balance. There is, I know I believe most places are setting aside 20 to 25%, but I've heard that some of the facilities around town, or not around town, but certainly around the state, are looking at, it's more of a 50-50 balance.
Okay.
They're seeing about 50% of their merchandise still go out the door as medical, and 50% go out as recreational.
And as they get a larger sample to study, they'll probably tweak those numbers to be a little, you know what I mean? Because let's face it, this is all new for everybody.
Oh, yeah.
And so after a couple years of numbers, they'll probably have a better idea of those percentages.
Oh, I'm certain their marketing people are staying on top of this, and their supply chain people and everything else. They're making sure that they have adequate supply,
and I'm sure they're
gearing up for adequate supply for everyone.
Yeah, and I'm sure they're looking at like Colorado's numbers, because I think they're probably the oldest numbers in the book as far as stats on cannabis.
Colorado definitely, I believe, is with respect to the recreational industry.
Yeah,
Colorado is
longest,
the oldest.
So.
California is the oldest with medical.
Medical. What did I say? Yeah, because they started what, like
1996.
Yeah, I'll say I was like early 90s. I know it was way ahead of the curve.
96. That's actually an interesting story, because there's been a lot of information going around about where did the term 420 come from and things like that. And California, I have to give the state legislature in California just a bit of credit for being at least a little bit creative. The Senate bill that approved medical marijuana in California was Senate Bill 420. Okay. Now, of course, as I was writing the ordinance for here in Roswell, I wanted to play on that. I wanted it to be Chapter 420 of our development. The city council wouldn't let me do that.
No.
Neither would the city attorney.
They didn't want to have the meeting at 420 either.
No, couldn't get it. The legal committee wanted to meet at 9 o'clock in the morning. Come on, 420. Let's have a little fun with this.
Right.
All right, but
we'll do Funyuns.
Last night was again. It was an interesting. I am really happy that Pecos Valley Production and NMTO Ultra Health stepped up, and they were the first to come in.
They're setting the example.
They both made great presentations last night. They answered all the questions that came from the Planning Commission. They answered them well and thoughtfully, and it was actually, I believe, a relatively easy decision for the Planning Commission to recommend approval.
Nice. They did their legwork. They did their homework.
They did.
Dotted their I's, crossed their T's, and now we good luck in May here at the City Council, and we wish them luck, and hopefully the business thrives and does well here in Roswell, New Mexico.
Well, and that kind of leads us into if we have time.
Yeah, we got time. Let's talk a little other development things happening around town.
The growth that we're seeing in that industry, of course, as well as the growth that's happening out at the airport, new restaurants and other things. Of course, that's driving new residents, and the city and our local builders and developers are responding. Last night we had another two subdivisions, actually units of a major subdivision up there off of Country Club at Nevada come through. So the Planning Commission approved another, I believe, 110 home sites as well. And it's a good thing we are, because at least as of right now, our local builders, the reports I continue to get back, in spite of some of the supply chain problems and in spite of the cost of doing business going up, they're still selling everything they can build as quickly as they can build it. So
demand's there. It's just,
demand is
as
there.
Supply comes in, they're going and doing it.
And that's one of the nice things to see our local building community stepping up. They know there's a market there. They are responding to that, and that's one of the things I want everybody to understand, is that there's going to be some challenges with the growth, the prosperity. Economic prosperity does not come without a price. There's always an upside and a potential downside.
Absolutely.
And I do want everyone to know, because there were questions that came up, not only at the Planning Commission, but at the City Council meeting last week, relative to traffic flow, relative to water supply, and we are incredibly lucky here in the city of Roswell. We have a wonderfully talented and very capable team that works for us, from the city manager to our public works director, city engineer. I'd like to think that my office in community development, with our planning and zoning team and others, very professional people, very talented people. In fact, I will put up the team here in Roswell against any team in the state. And they're looking at all these things. We understand the cumulative effects of growth. For myself in particular, having come from a rapid growth state, and I went through 3 big boom and bust cycles, again, the thoughtful approach, being able to know and understand, okay, with growth comes these challenges, and we're able to get out ahead of it before it becomes a major problem.
And that's the only way you can really stay up with those good problems to have when it comes to growth, and so that's something. And I'll say, to the credit of this city, that's something they've always, that's like the infrastructure and things like that. They're always been pretty good at trying to be 2 steps ahead with the infrastructure of this community. So when we have these booms of building neighborhoods, guess what? They can tie the water in, they can tie the roads in, and it doesn't create a big quagmire over in that area.
And that's where the difference between being proactive and reactive. We do have a very proactive, forward-thinking team here at the city, and there are things happening behind the scenes that are going to make the development over the next decade very seamless. It's going to be, not them saying there aren't going to be some challenges. We've still got maintenance issues. We're still going to have to shut things off and block a few roads and do other things. But you're going to find that they're going to be planned. They're going to be they're not going to be reactive. Like, unfortunately, we've had some water main breaks recently. Those, there's nothing you can do about those other than get out there and take care of them as quickly as possible.
And unfortunately, what happens on those is they'll get a water main break, and because the lines, generally these are the old lines that break, that haven't been replaced yet. So what happens is they'll fix that line, but it creates a pressure, like couple feet down, and so what happens is they'll fix one, but it begats 2 more sometimes. So it's literally like plugging holes with fingers at some point. So that's generally why these delays happen, is because they really open to fix one thing and they open up a can of worms with something else.
It is, and water is the most difficult. We have a lot of. Let's face it, the city is 100+ years old. And we have some pipes in the ground that I think are nearly that old.
And it's kind of, this just isn't Roswell. This is across the state of New Mexico. what was it, 80 years ago, whatever it was, when they kind of put these pipes in and they just lived past their shelf life. I think they were designed to go 50, and now they're here 80 and pushing 100 years.
And of course, the with our naturally hard water that we have here, the corrosion and other things that go along with it. So yes, you end up fixing the pipes in one place, and then you go back to re-energize the pipe. You want to open it up. You want to repressurize. You want to blow everything out. And what you find out is now you've created a problem downstream. And you create another problem downstream. So you end up chasing things until you get everything fixed.
Until they go in and just place the whole line, which is what you've seen in various parts around town.
And of course, any of the new development that's coming in, they're using the latest and best type of product that should have a much longer shelf life. We won't have near the problems that we've had in the past. And we again, I'm looking for still a very, very bright future for the city of Roswell. I am proud to be a member of the team, and I'm looking forward to coming back next month and reporting on even more good stuff.
And we do appreciate you keeping us up to date here. But one thing I do want to, maybe end on this note here is we've got it pretty good in this community. When in terms of a community that, we've been, face it, from base closures throughout time, we've been hit with some curveballs in this community, but this community's thriving pretty good. I mean, we had some hard times back there after base closure and things, but really, things have been growing. It's been a constant. This city's growing. It's not dying, and that's something that not all communities in New Mexico, in this part of the country, can say. And we're very fortunate there. We have, we got problems like everybody else does, but you know what? It's this community. People are coming here. If things are growing, these are all good things, and we want to continue to foster that. So,
yes,
good deal. Well, thank you, sir. As always, appreciate it. Of course, if you have any questions for Kevin, don't hesitate to send him an email. You'll find it City of Roswell's website, roswell-nm.gov. .gov. I'm sorry. Go there and shoot a message.
Yeah, click on the community development tab. You'll see my information. They just took a wonderful picture of me, so I'm assuming that Juanita Jennings is going to put a brand new picture of me right above my contact information on the community development webpage. But just click on that link. You can drop me an email, or better yet, pick up the phone and call. That's on the webpage. It's a direct line, comes right to my desk.
There you go. Well, thank you, sir. Appreciate the visit, and we'll see you next time.
All righty.
We look forward to talking about newer and bigger stuff, too.
Always.
Excellent.
Always.
Thank you, Kevin.
Always something good to report.
Excellent. All right, it is 8 o'clock. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, or Roswell, New Mexico.
And oil from Russia, and he's calculated with some justification that this will be a very divisive issue.
Diplomatic efforts to evacuate soldiers and civilians from a massive steel plant in Mariupol have apparently taken a step forward.
United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres met with Russian President Vladimir Putin. Guterres saying after the meeting both Russia and Ukraine need to work together to get the civilians out of the plant and the city. An estimated 2,000 Ukrainian troops and about 1,000 civilians have been inside the plant for weeks. The UN leader is to meet with Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky on Thursday. I'm Tim McGuire.
They are on their way.
Dragon, SpaceX, nominal orbit insertion.
And Freedom copies. We're glad to be in orbit.
SpaceX launching 4 astronauts to the International Space Station, a mission being conducted for NASA. The Falcon rocket lifted off before dawn today from Florida's Kennedy Space Center. The crew should arrive at the space station by tonight. Watching Wall Street, stocks sharply higher this morning. Right now, the Dow is up 305 points. The Nasdaq Composite Index ahead 166, and the S&P trading 48 points higher. More on these stories at townhall.com.
I'm about to compare a pepper shaker to a cash-out refinance. Hang with me. You know when you're at a restaurant and they ask, would you like some fresh ground pepper? And then they crank that giant tube, but almost nothing comes out? For me, only a certain amount of time is socially acceptable to wait. I know that getting that pepper out might make my life better, but it just seems too impossible. And that's what we hear people say about the cash-out refinance. People realize that the value of their home has gone up like hot pepper the last few years, leaving all this extra money sitting inside their home. But is it too hard to get out? It's Ryan from United Faith Mortgage. If you're interested in cashing out the extra pepper in your home, we're good at doing all the work while you just sit back and relax. And often, your mortgage payment and years in the loan will stay the same. If you'd like to hear about your options,
We
or United Faith Mortgage.
United Faith Mortgage is a DBA of United Mortgage Corp. 25 Melville Park Road, Melville, New York. Licensed mortgage banker. For all licensing information, go to NMLSConsumerAccess.org. Corporate NMLS number 1330. Equal housing lender. Licensed in Alaska, Hawaii, Georgia, North Dakota, South Dakota, or Utah.
Poland has arrested 2 men on espionage charges.
The number of people arrested on suspicion of spying for Russia in Poland has seen something of a surge since Moscow ordered the invasion of Ukraine 2 months ago. Just this month, at least 5 Russian and Belarusian nationals have been detained. In March, Poland expelled 45 Russian diplomats it suspected of working for Russian intelligence. Poland has been one of the European Union's most vocal supporters of Ukraine, welcoming its refugees in enormous numbers and sending tanks to its military.
The BBC's Adam Easton in Warsaw. China protesting the sailing of a U.S. Navy guided missile destroyer through the Taiwan Strait, accusing the Americans of hyping the maneuver. The Navy's Japan-based 7th Fleet had said that the passage of the USS Samson through the 100-mile-wide waterway between Taiwan and China yesterday demonstrates U.S. commitment to a free and open Indo-Pacific. SRNtownhall.com. A major privacy ruling by the Supreme Court, the Mexican Supreme Court.
The court has struck down a law passed last year that would have required cell phone companies to collect biometric data like fingerprints or eye scans from their customers. The court has ruled the law was too invasive of personal liberty when balanced against any positive effect it might have had. Authorities note while cell phones are often used in kidnappings and extortions, such crimes are usually committed by people using burner phones, devices the law did not cover. Jason Walker reporting.
Chinese drone company DJI Technology temporarily suspending business in Russia and Ukraine to ensure its products are not used during the hostilities. Both sides are thought to be using DJI drones in combat situations. Again on Wall Street, the Dow up 173 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. Leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2.
The Deuce.
Of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. 1 deuce this morning.
Yeah.
Remember we had double deuce?
Oh, yeah. I already had the double deuce.
That's right.
That was yesterday was the double deuce. Today was just a single deuce, but with the bell that made it like a deuce and a quarter.
A deuce with an asterisk.
Deuce and a half.
Now I want to watch Roadhouse. Happy Wednesday, everybody.
Yes.
Happy Purple Day, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
See? Tabitha gave me a shirt. Now I'm going to don it. I'm purpled up.
Look at you.
Purple Dayed up. Today's the day. Go get you Domino's Pizza. Carry out. Either one today. If you order online, you use the code DN1. Or if you go by and just order direct, just tell them it's Royal Family Kids. They'll your purchase, they'll give 10% back to Royal Family Kids. And we if you missed last hour's interview, go check it out.
It is legitimately my favorite pizza. Domino's.
Yeah.
It is legit my favorite pizza.
Good for you.
All right, fine. I was going to have a conversation about it, but
no,
cool.
No, I'm not done. I was
Good for you. Anyway.
No, I wasn't done. I was.
The crust, the stuff they put on the crust is...
What's your crust? What's your go-to?
It's the hand-tossed.
Okay.
Because they put this like garlic herb stuff on the crust that is just...
It's amazing. I
See-
want to like bathe in it. I mean, I don't, but I.
My go-to there at Domino's is the Brooklyn style.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do they do the seasoning on the outside rim with that one too?
I don't think so, but
'Cause
it's a thinner crust.
I thought it was ubiquitous. Yeah, the Brooklyn is the thinner, the one you can fold. Right?
Yes, which is what I like. That's
Right.
my favorite.
Sure.
So, what's your topping situation?
Well, when I have the kid, it's always pepperoni.
Sure. For you, this
For
is
when it's
the
me.
Sean Small's personal pizza. What are you going and putting
I
on
like
that
the
bed?
I like the Supreme. I like Supreme.
Okay.
With pineapple.
Okay.
That is odd, admittedly, but I've always liked the Supreme with pineapple is because I lean more toward on the veggie side than I do on the meat side. I mean, I like meats on my pizza, but I just prefer the flavor of veggies on pizza. And actually, I'll tell you this, the Pacific veggie pizza they have over there is top notch.
What's on it? I've never had
It's just vegetables. It's like all the veggies on their list, on their lineup. It's real good. Like it's real good.
See, I'm a carnivore, man. I gotta have the meats.
I get it.
Yeah.
But if you're down to just kind of like have something a little lighter because it's not like it doesn't sit heavy on you, but it's still pizza. It's real good.
I mean, I eat all the specialty pizzas, like them all, but like for me, if I'm ordering a pizza for me and no one else,
right?
Brooklyn style, sausage, mushrooms. That's it.
Now, have you had their Philly steak pizza? It is.
I have.
So good.
Very
That one,
good. I love them all.
I sleep on that one. I forget about that one because that one is legit one of my.
I love the
my favorite.
Hawaiian pizza. I love the only one of those I don't like green peppers on pizza, and I don't like onions on pizza.
See, that's why you probably lose with the Philly.
Yeah.
Because given your love of thinly sliced steak, I would say that the Philly would be for you because it's that thin sliced steak. And it's
I do
so
like
good.
it in that combo, and I've eaten it that way.
And
but
the white
generally,
sauce too.
Generally, I don't put onions or peppers on a pizza because it doesn't like weird. I love onions. I eat them on everything except pizza and eggs.
Is it a consistency thing or is it a flavor thing?
It's a flavor thing because to me, onions specifically.
Okay.
Peppers, it's a taste. I don't
So
like,
you don't like cooked onion?
No, I'm fine with it. But my notice when you cook certain things with onions, the other thing takes on the essence of onion.
Sure.
And egg is one of those.
Yeah.
And pizza, the cheese to me is another.
Okay.
And it makes the pizza or egg too oniony for me.
Okay.
I'm like, all I taste now is onion. I don't want that so I leave it off.
See, to me, that's almost my goal in life.
Is it?
Is to only taste like onion, garlic. If I can like have that in my mouth all day, I'm good with that.
I want the cheese, the taste, and the meat. I don't mind a little onion, but I don't. To me, it's easy to overpower. And to be honest, green pepper, I'm just not a fan of green peppers.
I love green peppers specifically just for the crunch factor because they stay crunchy even in milk.
Yeah, there's something I love like green chili. Any other peppers, I'm good, but green peppers, I don't know. There's something about them. The taste is not my favorite. Like when people do stuffed green peppers, like
I love stuffed green peppers.
I'll eat the stuff.
So long. Now, what about red peppers? Oh, like the other colored peppers. Bell peppers specifically.
I don't mind them as much. Like red or yellow peppers.
So
it's
what
a
is
milder
it
flavor.
But green isn't even that
to
robust.
me. But something about the green, the flavor in green, does taste weird to me compared to the red and yellow. And there's something about the green I don't like.
I wonder if we could blind taste test you on this.
Sure. Well, let's give it a go.
I would love to get a hold of a few different, specifically bell peppers, because I personally don't think I can taste the difference between a red, yellow, and a green. So I'm curious to see if you could.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
I don't
Plus,
like.
It's another reason to implement a blindfold.
Yeah.
I'm all for that.
Yeah, let's do it.
We don't have a blindfold.
Because
Yes, we do.
I don't seem to have a problem.
We've got a branded blindfold. Look at this. That works perfect. Boom.
Yeah, that should work. Yeah, we'll do it. As long as you're give me a straight honesty, don't.
Yeah, I'm not gonna put
you got me compromised.
fecal matter in front of you or something.
You got me compromised. Not gonna.
Well, your nose is still gonna work.
Yeah.
So you'll be able to smell if I'm trying to dupe you.
Yeah.
Slip them with a piece of that chocolate.
It could be done. I mean, yeah. It's
I just because I want to do the same thing with me because I'm not sure if I can tell the difference, honestly.
And you know what? We could try another test too. By the way, I haven't. I got some new liners coming.
Oh yeah.
And one of the liners kind of is in the waters of which we just spoke.
Oh.
So maybe it's another. Like what is the three things? Onion, apple, and potato. You eat them with your nose pinched, you wouldn't tell the difference. That's according to the true fact.
Onion, an apple,
and a potato. You pinch your nose.
I would love to try that.
Pinch your nose, and they taste the same.
Okay, so what we have to do is we have to both get COVID. Long COVID, right? Right. We're playing the long con.
Yeah.
So and then we'll try this out because I think that onion you can because of the spice.
I know. Well, it's a different texture for each. Like onion texture is not the same as potato.
Right.
And I'm also, what state are we talking here? Like a raw potato?
Well, yeah.
Ooh, who eats raw potato?
Well,
that is revolting.
I don't think anybody. Maybe Roy. I don't think anybody. And I only say that because he eats eggs raw.
But I mean, in essence, you'd eat an onion raw or an apple raw. But would you? No.
I couldn't imagine biting into an onion like a hand fruit.
Ugh, God, no. That's not right. That's mean to do that. To
you
someone.
Do realize that we're making Keon Agger cringe right now? It's like, oh God, all that work. He told me, he's like, you need to. He's like, you're done eating crunchy things. I'm like, for how long? He's like, no, you're just done eating crunchy things. Okay.
What are you gonna do tonight? Go home and eat some Captain Crunch.
Have some Crunchy Munch. It's gonna go home and munch a bunch of Crunchy Munch.
Oh man, I'm gonna follow, and then corn nuts.
Corn Nut Wednesdays. I'm sorry, dude. It's hard. Crunchy stuff is delicious.
Oh yeah,
and they're awesome.
I'm telling you, right now, top 4 snacks. In my wheelhouse, corn nuts is in there.
It's, you know what? I had corn nuts for the first time yesterday.
Really?
In like a decade, maybe like 5 years. I haven't had corn nuts in a real long time.
I was on a kick there where I've been eating bags and bags of corn nuts. I've slowed down, but
it's never something I think about when I walk past them in the aisle.
I see them like, ooh, corn nuts. I love corn nuts.
I do, but
especially the barbecue ones and the chili picante.
Here's what used to bother me.
2 best ones.
So I had a friend who would buy corn nuts specifically to suck the flavor off and spit the nut out.
That's weird.
It's very weird.
Yeah.
So I would walk in with like half empty bowls of sucked nuts.
I knew when I was a child, I had a friend of mine, because everyone knows my affinity for goobers.
Because girls go for guys who go for great tasting goobers.
Yes.
That's just a known thing.
I had a friend who would eat my goobers, but he would suck off all the chocolate and spit the peanuts in an ashtray that my mom had there.
You're a heathen.
That's what I said. It's like,
what's wrong with you? There's not even enough chocolate on a goober to justify that.
They did that. They would suck off the chocolate and then throw the peanut in the trash.
One of my favorite things to do is eat a peanut M&M separately.
I do that too sometimes. Yeah. Like in my mouth, I will separate the shell from the nut.
It's quite the endeavor,
and then
but
eat the nut.
It is a satisfying experience.
Yeah, it's my mental game I play. I do that too. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just got that Kyle Kinane banana bit floating through my head. A nude banana in his old, wrinkled, union certified hands.
But I think the point was eat pizza from Domino's today.
That's really all we were trying to say was eat pizza. Okay, now let me ask you this. You ever had banana on pizza?
No. I don't like bananas.
You really don't like bananas?
Do not like bananas.
So it's a weird thing, but I just, on a whim, tried it. I saw it on an episode of Doug. Okay?
Okay.
This is when I was a kid.
All right.
And so I wanted to try banana on pizza. And so it's actually not bad.
I could see maybe trying to pull off a dessert pizza. That go up into the...
Here we go. Get the Foley going. Oh, yeah. This pour brought to you by Culligan of Roswell. Call Culligan.
So, I'm sorry.
God,
peanut butter on pizza.
No, bananas on pizza. It's seems like it'd be a weird thing, but it works. Like the tomato sauce.
I can see it as a dessert. You know how some people make like a
chocolate
chocolate
chip I'm talking about
pizza?
Tomato sauce with cheese and then bananas. It's weird, but it works.
I don't like bananas.
Dude.
There's nothing about bananas.
Peanut butter and mayo on a sandwich. I didn't think it was going to work, but it worked. Okay,
I'd be willing to try that over banana on pizza.
All right, challenge accepted.
Because I like those two. I don't like bananas, so I don't care what you pair it with. I just don't like the taste of bananas. So the smell revolts me. The texture revolts me. There's nothing appealing about a banana.
The only thing I don't like about bananas is watching my children eat them because it's god awful.
There's nothing about them that appeals to me. Monkeys, they can have them. Curious George, they're all yours.
They're all yours, Georgie.
Schedule out the folks from Big Brothers Big Sisters. I don't think anybody's
phone ring.
All right, we'll see if they make it here in a little bit. It is 8:17. Let's go ahead and get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Generally fair over the next couple of days and warming up quite a bit as we head toward the weekend. We may get some clouds early, but clearing up through the midday and afternoon. Our high today should be in the mid-80s. For the overnight hours, we're expecting clear skies and down to a low of 50. Then we warm up on Thursday, low 90s and sunny, right around 90 and sunny on Friday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently, did I refresh it? Yeah, I did. It's refreshed. Currently 60, holding steady, 60 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 75%. Winds currently out of the south at 13 miles per hour. They're saying there's a chance. They're looking at a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms here today. Now they're saying the sweet spot's between 1 and 4. So looking for this afternoon, early afternoon is our best time for some rain here. Partly cloudy, 87 the high today, so it is going to warm up. South winds 10 to 15 this morning, 15 to 20 later in the day. They are tacking on a 20% chance of rain for tonight, mainly before 7. So I'm guessing because they're kind of lingering, they're pushing this. Now it's 1. It was noon to 3 or last hour. Now it's 1 to 4. So it sounds like it's going to be hitting us late at afternoon, and maybe even when you on your way home from work, you might be running into some of this. We'll see, but we need the moisture, so no complaints. But there is a 20% chance of rain tonight, mostly cloudy, gradually becoming clear with overnight low of 50. Winds will be out of the south, 15 to 20. They'll drop down 5 to 10 after midnight tonight. For you Thursday, sunny skies, a high of 93. Winds will be out of the west. 5 to 10 this morning, 15 to 20 for the afternoon. Tomorrow night, clear skies with an overnight low of 53. Southwest winds 15 to 20, dropping down 10 to 15 after midnight. Friday, sunny, highs right around 90, 89 officially, with west winds 10 to 15 in the morning, 15 to 20 for the afternoon. And then looking at your weekend, sunny, high of 86 on Saturday, sunny and 91 on Sunday. All right, it is 20 minutes after 8 o'clock. We're going to take about a 2.5-minute commercial break. I believe our guests from Big Brothers and Big Sisters are here, so we're going to chit-chat with them on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters. Wilbanks Trucking Services in Artesia is seeking dedicated and motivated individuals to join their team. Immediate openings include CDL drivers with pay starting at $25 to $33 per hour depending on experience. Riggers with pay starting at $20 per hour and open positions for lease operators. Wilbanks Trucking Services offers full benefits including medical, dental, vision, 401k, and housing for out-of-town employees. For more information on career opportunities, please call 575-746-6318 or online at wilbanks.us. Wilbanks Trucking Services is an equal opportunity employer. All right, let's get out the old grocery list here. Let's see, eggs, milk, bread, insurance. I don't want to shop for insurance.
Fortunately, you don't have to. George Gandy Insurance is here for you, shopping and comparing rates from different insurance carriers to save you money, time, and hassle. Visit a George Gandy Insurance location near you today.
We keep you covered. George Gandy Insurance.
For over 40 years, Sierra Blanca Motors here in Roswell have been providing locals with quality vehicles and are committed to providing you quality vehicles and service for many years to come. No sales gimmicks, no inflated pricing, just a quality pre-owned vehicle listed at retail pricing or less. Have a used vehicle to sell? Get top trade-in value or an amazing cash offer today. Let Danny or Jose provide you a great car buying experience. Call 575-622-7907. Or stop by Sierra Blanca Motors at 720 South Main Street in Roswell. Se habla español.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things. You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too, and that's why we did something about it. We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers. We are normal people just like you. But our part-time service in the Army National Guard means we get to be more. When our communities are in need, we get the chance to stand up and do something about it. we get to serve in our own region and help the people we call neighbors. Whether they are in the mountains of New Mexico, the plains of Nebraska and Kansas, the ranches of Oklahoma and Texas, the farmlands of Missouri and Arkansas, or the bayous of Louisiana, we are here for our hometowns. And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the New Mexico Army National Guard. Aired by the New Mexico Broadcasters Association and this station.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Due to extreme pressure and weather conditions, it literally rains diamonds on Neptune and Uranus. Stop snickering because I said Uranus. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 23 minutes after 8 o'clock. And joining us in studio this morning from Big Brothers Big Sisters of Southeast New Mexico, Kim Desendorf back with us. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic.
Good deal. So we were just talking. She was back home visiting family, and she's losing her tolerance for allergies back home. And we were just having a conversation about allergies and all that. So I feel your pain. I know how that goes. So, well, first off, how's things in the world of Big Brothers Big Sisters this morning?
Things are going well.
Good.
We're moving forward on our merger.
Good.
Where I'm hoping to see that by the end of June.
Okay.
Which will be really phenomenal for our agency and for this area.
Okay.
You know, it's going to really bring an influx of knowledge and resources.
Talk a little bit about what the merger is, and for folks that aren't familiar here.
So, our CEO, Bill, retired.
Yes.
And, COVID did hit us pretty hard.
Sure.
And so with his retirement, then it was, do we, hire a new CEO or, what are our options going to be? And so the board decided that we would try to merger with the Central New Mexico agency.
Gotcha.
Because they're a really big agency. They have so many resources, and not just in financial, but
bodies and labor, manpower.
Right. And then, programs and different things. And so, there's going to be, so we started with a management contract for them to, manage the agency after Bill retired. And, but then it was, we're going to start looking into the merger and, so instead of hiring a new CEO, we would just do that. And so
they have someone like you and the staff that's already here in Southeast New Mexico, they continue to do what they do. But
right.
Someone from Albuquerque would kind of oversee and come down and fill in gaps as needed and things like that.
Exactly. Okay. But they'll bring like I said, a wealth of knowledge of things that works and what doesn't work, and different, ideas of how to reach our community and better serve our community.
Good.
So there's going to be, I think it's going to be phenomenal.
Good.
Good.
So and this is something that and we have a lot of great organizations that work with youth in our community, and every single one of them needs your help. And there's not enough here. And Big Brothers Big Sisters is very much in that part of it. Each organization all have their different kind of niches and specific things. Really, Big Brothers Big Sisters is a catch-all of all those. There is no atypical kid. There is no really prerequisites, or the kid doesn't have to do this, or have to be from here. If a kid wants a mentor or needs a mentor, then we find them a mentor. That's all it's about. Doesn't matter if they come from a very affluent home, they come from a two-parent home, a single-parent home, foster care. It doesn't matter.
Right.
None of that is a factor here. We're just trying to get mentorship for kids. So we're obviously, CYFD's dealing with, and Rural Family Kids, they're doing a great stuff today. They're dealing with more neglected, but Big Brother Big Sisters, they get the gamut. They get, some do come from some rough places, and others it's atypical, 2.5 kids, brother, sister, the whole nine.
Right. Statistically speaking, the majority of the youth that we serve are disadvantaged or underprivileged in some way.
Sure.
And that's where, we get them a mentor, and it's kind of preventative, right? Like, we get them guidance and everything before trouble happens.
Yeah.
But then we do absolutely have plenty of kids that we serve that are just from, every walk of life, right? Every.
Well, I imagine you get various reasons. Like maybe it's a single parent home and they're thinking, well, I would like to have a male or female role model type in this child's life that I can't provide. So let's turn to Big Brothers, Big Sisters.
We have kids that are, they both mom and dad are in the home, but they have a lot of kids, right?
Yeah, that's true.
And they work a lot, and they feel like, okay, so I have this one younger child that tends to fall through the cracks because we just don't have time to give the attention that all of them need.
We got 27 soccer practices and everything else going on.
And so, we'll find a big brother or a big sister or a mentor for this kid so that they can get what we just don't have time to, there's so many reasons. And I mean, honestly, every one of us has had or has needed a mentor at some point in our lives.
Some could use more mentorship. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So really the best thing folks could do if you're interested in becoming a big, that's where we could really use your help. Money, bigs and bucks. We've always talked to Bill enough. He says bigs and bucks, but if I get it, money's tight. You're thinking, well, I really can't. But you know what? If you got time, if you've got time to spend an hour a week with a child, basically, that's all they're asking. And again, and I say this every time we do the whole thing, you don't have to make this grandiose big to do.
Yep.
It's just incorporating this child in your life. You're going to spend the day at work and then maybe go have dinner, go out to the, shopping or what afterwards. Incorporate the child in that, say, hey, maybe it's part of your family. Maybe you're a husband and wife. I mean, that's the great thing with bigs and littles. Sometimes it's a couple that does it. Sometimes, it's or each couple has two littles, The husband will have a little, the wife will have a little, or, there's different ways you can do this together and do it as part of it. And really just giving that kid a chance to do things and go out. You're not trying to just alter this kid's life and turn it around. You're just there to be a part of it and to come and say, hey, how's school going? What's going, if the kid wants to talk to you about some things that don't feel comfortable with their parents, then you're there. Or it's like, hey, I just talked school. Let's go throw the Frisbee around. Let's go do something that has nothing to do with school, work, or anything else, and let's go and just you and I go see a movie or go have a catch in the park or whatever,
Yeah, because activities that our bigs do with their littles range everything from, we like them to do free or low cost activities, and so that sometimes it is helping him or her with their homework, or sometimes it is things like that. But then it's also like, hey, there's the free community garden, we're gonna go do that, or let's go to the park and ride bicycles, or
hey, you got a day pass at the aquatic center, you want to go and have some fun.
It's a whole gamut. It's not because you're not expected to be a second parent or anything for that kid. You're just supposed to be their friend, and y'all just hang out and talk and do stuff together.
And like I said, the average time commitment, or what the minimum they ask, and by no means is this a structured, like, oh, you did 57 minutes this week, you got to do 63 next week. No. They average an hour a week, about 4 hours a month. But it could be where you see once a month, you go do a whole weekend day together, and then you see them next month. Or maybe it's, hey, every week we're going to go have dinner every Thursday at our favorite restaurant, whatever it is. Whatever your thing is, that you find it. That's the whole thing. But that's kind of just to give you a guideline of what we're talking about here. And then on the reverse side too, if there's parents out there or things that think that maybe Big Brothers Big Sisters will be a benefit for my child, please really parents, counselors, really anybody that's in the child's life can recommend a child for Big Brothers and Big Sisters.
Yes.
I will say this, though. We're really in demand on bigs.
Yes.
We have a list of littles right now waiting, and we'd love to get them.
Like 32 kids on the wait list right now. And we have plenty of volunteers waiting too, not enough to fill all the gaps.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is if we have, say, 10 kids and 10 adults, that doesn't necessarily mean we have 10 matches, because we match based on personality and likes and dislikes.
If there's nothing in common here, we're not going to put you together.
Right, right. Yeah, we want to make sure that when we make the matches, that these guys are going to have something in common, that they'll be able to get along, that they'll have shared interests in things. And so, because we want it to be a good relationship and a strong one that lasts.
Absolutely. The matchmaking process is a pretty extensive process by design and for a reason.
Yes.
I mean, first off, the safety security side of it. There's going to be background checks where we're making sure everyone's there's no issues there legally or criminally. Once all that's been established, then it's literally like Match.com and trying to find out what makes you tick, what makes the littles tick, what are you into. So yeah, you'll get maybe at a point where like, man, this is getting pretty in depth, but you guys really do try to learn about this person and see what makes them tick and say, you know what? I have a little that you would click with because this little likes reading like you do, or has kind of a mechanical mind like you do. You know, that's the kind of stuff that you guys find out through those interviews.
Right.
And then next thing you know, you and your little are planning your next fishing trip, or hey, we're going to work on the car this weekend. You want to change oil with me? Whatever it is that you're into. That's or you want to, hey, we're into quilting. Let's go, work on our quilt together this weekend. That's how these happen. So.
Right. Yeah, and it could be things like, I have a little that just really wants to learn how to cook, right?
Yeah.
Really is really interested in that. And I've got this volunteer over here that's a chef.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey. It's like, you're probably going to be.
And then of course it's it's not just the 1 point thing. So like maybe the chef and the little, their personalities are just not going to click.
Sure.
So okay, I won't put those together, but I'll find somebody else who like really does like cooking, that has the personality that would match with this little. So it is a very in-depth process, and we do look at a lot of different points to figure out who.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And plus, I also want to put this out there. If you're thinking about this and you have a little apprehension or questions, which is natural. That's anytime you're like, well, I don't know how to act around it. The Big Brothers Big Sisters program, Kim, your staff and everybody that's a part, the volunteers, other bigs, they're all at your disposal. They're all, it's a partnership. So you're not on an island with your little. You have a support team that when you have your bumps and or you're thinking, am I connecting? Am I getting through? And the Big Brother staff and Big Sister staff, Big Brother Big Sister staff, they really, that's what they do. They go in and say, they're working with the kid, talking, finding out, working with you, and when things are going great, you're just like, good job, have fun, and if there are those things, like, all right, let's help, let's see, maybe we can try this to see how to get a connect or whatever. So it's not you on an island, it's you and a team of people. Working with these kids and providing good mentorship for these children.
Yeah, and I'd add too that you don't ever have to feel like, okay, so I don't really know a whole lot about kids or how to deal with kids, because through the match process, one of the things we do is we do provide training.
Yeah,
and it's not like this intensive. We're pretty laid back, and so but we do provide that training. We give here are ways to interact with this kid.
Sure.
Here are ways to have, age appropriate, developmentally appropriate conversations. And we provide that training up front, before you start with your match.
Sure.
So we will give you the tools that you need.
And kids, I mean, we were all kids. We know this. We all have unique ways of displaying and indicating, and kids are always hard to read, even though they're having a great time. On the outside, they're a little poker-faced about it or whatever, and you don't really. And so, as an adult, you're trying to read cues and signals and thinking, am I doing? And then Kim and her staff find out, they interview the kid. The kid's like, oh, we did all, and the big's like, I don't know if they had a good time. They kind of, and then it's like, oh no, when we talked to your little. All they talked about was this, we went to the park, we went to the zoo, we
Yeah.
And so just because you don't necessarily see the feedback direct, it's happening and it's there. And that's where you kind of like, am I making progress here? And it's like, trust me, you're making progress.
Yeah.
Even though they're holding their emotions close to the vest here, but they and that's kids. Kids are, till they
they start liking you but don't want to open up, and so they're not kind of giving you. And then once it's just peeling away the layers there, and kind of as you make those connections and stuff like that. And sometimes it happens instantaneously. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time to nurture that. But it's humans and people getting together, and with that you're going to have when you get 20 people pairing them up, you're going to get 10 different responses with those pairings because each one's going to be different. So.
Yep.
And then, of course, financially is the other way. If you're thinking, well, I don't have a lot of time, and it costs, and I imagine it's probably even higher now with the way of COVID and all that, but prior to COVID, it was costing on average about $1,500 to sustain a match for a year.
Yes.
I'm guessing it's higher than that now with the way the world we live in.
It may have gone up.
Yeah.
We haven't really crunched those numbers recently, but
either way, it's very costly. So if you don't have the ability to help us a little, then financially make donations. A lot during pre-COVID, you could get in a bowl for kids' sake, which they're back now and doing all that. We'll talk more of those events come up here. Yep. But in the meantime, if you go to the Big Brothers Big Sisters website, there's a donate now direct where you can donate there. If you can always come by the office and drop off a check or something, or call ahead, and they'll be happy to make arrangements to do that. But any little bit helps there. If you want to donate, or maybe get on a regular schedule where every paycheck you give $5-10 or something.
Right, and we actually have on our website, when you go through our donate, we have a whole donate page that pops up when you click the button.
So it gives you different ways.
Right, and you can choose a recurring gift even now. We've got it set up where
like a PayPal where every month it'll take a little donation.
You can use your credit or debit card, and if you say I want to give $20 a month or whatever, and you can go in our website and set that up, and it'll just automatically charge it every month for you, so you can do it one time, and just like you do your bills through your online bill pay, right? Set it up one time.
We live in that world
now.
Yeah,
it's just done. So we have so many different ways now, and because we've completely revamped our donation portal in our website, so that's.
Any updates on some of the, I know and again, this is all pre-COVID, but some of the ways you were doing fundraising before, is any of that going to come back anytime soon, or is that still on hiatus?
I believe so.
Okay.
And then that's another thing with our merger, because they have a whole fund development team that has a lot of great ideas and things.
They're going to bring some of that down.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. We're still talking about the Bowl for Kids' Sake. I think that's probably going to be after, it'll be sometime this summer, I think.
Yeah, it might be a time frame difference, but a lot of people do love that bowling weekend. And I mean, and actually the day of the bowling's the fun day. That's the work's mostly done at that point. We're just partying at that point. The real work's leading up to all of it.
Yeah, but I think it's going to be amazing. I think we're going to see as things move forward, that we'll start being able to have more programs. We'll have more ideas for fun things to do that are going to be fundraising, as well as fun things for our matches to do. And we'll just have so many more resources to make things like that happen. I think I'm super excited about it.
Good. I'm just curious, as far as the COVID world goes, are all the matches and stuff back to pretty much? I know because a lot of it was done Zoom or via remote style things, or is all that pretty much back to normal, where kids and bigs and littles are in movies and going to parks and doing the things that pre-COVID they were doing?
They're all pretty much back to normal now. And we do have the COVID safe protocols. So there's
if you choose to want to be that way, still,
that you wear a mask or whatever.
Absolutely.
And actually we leave that we have this set of protocols that we have, but we leave it up to them. It's like, what is your comfort level?
What do you feel comfortable with?
Right,
you do what you do.
and the parents.
Makes sense.
And then
I love that. That's the way it should be. You do what's best and comfortable for you and your family, and we're going to give you the freedom to do that.
Exactly.
That's how I love that. That's the way it should be. So, so please think about it. Sign up. If you want more information, come visit. Or you can visit the website. The local Big Brothers Big Sisters website is at www.bbbssenm.org.
Yes.
Stands for Big Brothers Big Sisters of Southeast New Mexico. .org. Leave the of out, but just the Big Brothers Big Sisters Southeast New Mexico. And you can go there. If you don't remember that which you probably won't. It took me a few regurgitations to remember it myself. But just Google Big Brothers Big Sisters, Roswell, Chaves County, southeast of Mexico. Any of those will get you where you need to get to.
Yes.
And then, of course, learn more about the program. If you'd like to set up a donation or thing, you can do that through that website. If you want to set up a monthly recurring deal or just make a one-time or somewhere in between, whatever there. And, of course, if you're interested in becoming a big, or if you're a parent or somebody that knows a child that could benefit from this, please let's reach out. Like I said, it's taken time here to make these matches, but we want, ultimately, the goal is to get every child that comes through the doors, get them a match, get them an opportunity to see what Big Brothers and the Big Sisters program's all about. And I mean, it's international. It's been going on for longer than all of us have been on this earth. And
over 100 years.
There's a reason why, because it's a great program and it works. And I would guess many of your bigs now probably were littles at some point, and then so they know firsthand the benefits, so they're paying it forward.
Yes.
Others learn it through a different way here, but when you get and that's something too. Big Brothers there's a lot of residual, and that in and of itself should be an indicator to people of the quality of that organization. When you've got generations of people or people throughout their generations continuing to stay connected to Big Brothers, either as a little or later in life as a big, that speaks volumes for the program, because people wouldn't do that if they didn't believe in the program.
Right.
And so that in and of itself should be like, hey, maybe this is a good thing. I should get involved.
Yeah. To tell you how, and it's amazing when you start looking into the, like the history and stuff of Big Brothers Big Sisters. It's surprising. Like, everybody knows who Oprah Winfrey is. She was a little.
Was she?
And her big was Maya Angelou.
I did not know that.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes. I mean, there's a lot.
How did that happen?
Right? I mean, it's amazing, and there's a lot of common names that everybody knows, rich and famous people or whatever, that, they were littles at one time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that just speaks to the power of this program.
And I knew Oprah was a big supporter, a big lover of Maya Angelou. I didn't realize that they were that connected.
Yeah.
And I knew they were like friends. I did not know. Well,
yeah, Maya Angelou was her big.
Obviously, she's no longer with us, but I knew they were friends when she was with us, and I did not realize that they were the connection's deeper than that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So but that, like I said, that speaks to the power of this, and like you said, they're still friends, right? And that happens even in us ordinary people, quote unquote, right? Like, because we have so many bigs and littles that they get matched when the little is in elementary school, and they're matched all the way up through high school, and then even after, they're like family at that point, and they stay connected.
I think technology has given a whole new level to Big Brothers Big Sisters, and what I mean by that is, obviously, when the program's going on in the 50s and 60s, there wasn't social media and things, so for people to stay connected, it was either they had to live near each other or physically write letters back and forth. And so not as many people, now that it's more convenient to stay connected with, I would imagine a lot more matches are going on and to have relationships well after the Big Brothers Big Sisters window because of things like social media, because now we can stay connected with people through your various social media platforms and things. So it's not hard to literally, hey, I was when that person was a child, I was their mentor, and now 20 years later, we're still connected. Pen pals and things. It's a lot more work to keep those connections, so less people did it.
Right.
Where I think now, because it's easier, you're getting more. So in essence, I think you're by default creating these matches lasting lifetimes instead of 4 or 5 years or whatever the span of a youth was there in the program.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and about social media, like, of course, because child safety, we have rules about our matches being on social media,
Absolutely.
like together and stuff like that. But I can tell you that we do have some that were matches years ago or whatever that now as the child being an adult, like they are totally on Facebook and with each other and stay connected.
Absolutely. Probably getting lunch or, and of course the milestones in life when the marriage, first kid, or graduating college, or all those big moments we have in life. Now they're sharing them together.
They are, yes.
Well past their big brother, big sister relationship time.
Yep.
You know? So that's what this is all about, and that's what at the end of the day, the program is: making connections, creating relationships, all the things that the world needs more of today.
Yes.
Big Brothers Big Sisters does. You know, I would even argue. You know, I just thought of this is because kids now live in a technologically advanced world and texting and everything. This is something that, you know, as a problem globally is, kids and face-to-face communication skills are lacking because so much of it's done a different way now. But I think many of us feel that that's still a skill we need in this society. You got to be able to communicate. And so Big Brothers, that's their game. That's the whole game, is that face-to-face, hands-on, in the dirt together, interaction. So if you have a child that maybe is lacking some of those skills and stuff, this is a great way to kind of foster and ensure that when they become adults, they have the ability to have a conversation and problem solve and do things with someone that's sitting in front of them instead of on a computer somewhere.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's a big part of our program is, because we do have goals, right, when we make these matches. And so maybe we have a kid that is really, really shy, and just has a hard time talking to people. And so when we find them a match, as part of that training and stuff, we'll, help that big.
Sure, peel away the layers a little bit.
Right, here's ways. And so, I know there's one of our matches that it's a little girl, and she just super, super shy, right? Just really wouldn't open up and just really had a hard time talking to people just at all. And, her big now, they've been matched for several years now,
awesome.
And her big is it's just amazing. Just me hanging out with her. And of course, using the tools that I got from the staff. And she has blossomed into this great young lady now that is not afraid to speak her mind and not afraid to talk and speak out. And I'm just so proud of her, and the progression and that's what we want, and it's yes, we want that relationship, we want that that connection, but it has a purpose. It has a purpose.
Absolutely.
So,
you're building a foundation for these kids. That's what you're doing. You're contributing to that. You're helping. So when this child is now an adult and raising their own families, they've got the skills, they've got the ability to do that without struggling as much or dealing with it. It's trust me, you're really doing. Programs like this do more good and more for the big picture that goes unrealized. We talk about things and cutting a big check. That's all great. We love all those are needed to make the world go round. But sitting down and spending an hour with a kid playing chess, or just talking, and you're doing more to foster our future by doing that than probably any time you write a check or do something like that. All good, but getting your hands in the dirt, spending time talking with these kids, really closing the generational gaps and things too, is, especially in the world we live in today where everyone's so adversarial. Let's find the connections that make us more alike than different, and let's celebrate that.
Yep.
And
because at the end of the day, these guys are our future, right? The youth are always the future, and so you want to invest in the future, invest in these youth.
Absolutely. So please do some research today. Go to the Big Brothers Big Sisters website. Go on Facebook as well. Just Big Brothers Big Sisters, Southeast New Mexico. You type that in or anything, you'll find the Facebook page. You can like and follow there. You can see some of the stories that Kim's talking about. You share those through there. Of course, going to the website, you can and then of course do your national research. Type in Big Brothers Big Sisters. See what's going on nationally with that stuff here. But when you're starting to look for local, put the Roswells in there. Otherwise, you're going to be in the weeds, because there's a lot of communities that have great Big Brothers Big Sisters programs.
Yes.
You can learn about all of them, but you want to get directly involved in the ones here. That way you don't have to travel so far.
Yes, exactly. And that's another thing too. Talking about because there are I don't know how many hundreds of but literally hundreds of agencies across the country, just in America, and so, and I want to just put out there, because I know we've talked about the merger and everything. We still will be our own entity. It'll be more like a satellite kind of, right? And so everything that happens here financially, any donations, any resources that we get
Stays
here,
right here
it will absolutely stay here. None of it's going up to Albuquerque. None of it's going anywhere else.
So really, it's all good. It's all the good side, none of the negative as far as the merger goes. The independence and all that stays the same.
Right.
The only addition really is the resources and leadership's going to be coming from Albuquerque.
Right, exactly.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. But again, www.bbbssenm.org.
Yes.
Or just Google Big Brothers Big Sisters, Chaves County, Roswell, Southeast New Mexico, any of those. Like and follow on Facebook as well. Do you guys do Twitter, Instagram?
We do. We have a Twitter and an Instagram.
Okay.
It's BBBSSENM1, I think.
Okay. But if you type in the same search words you do for the others, it'll pop right up.
Right.
So.
Yeah. And I mean, I think our Instagram and our Facebook are linked, or maybe it's the Twitter and Facebook, whatever. I don't know.
I'm not that socially network savvy
well,
either. So.
and before the Albuquerque office stepped in to help us, I was kind of managing our social media, and I was a graphic artist for a lot of time, but that does not make me a social media guru, right?
You can make it look pretty, but how to communicate it's another story altogether.
Yeah, and so that's one thing that they have done for us is because they have a whole marketing department and everything, and so they've taken over managing our social media for us, and so they've been doing I think some really cool stuff with our social media. Yeah, so and of course, then I still have access, so I can put all of our local stories to, link to our interview today, things like that. And
Good
so, but yeah, they've been really growing our social media for us. So
and I'll throw this. Yeah, we got to go. But one last little thing, bigs, adults.
Yes.
I'm telling you, you're going to gain as much, if not more, out of the experience. If you're missing something in your world a little bit, maybe it's easy to get upset and things. Sometimes time with a child will fix that. You know what I mean? And so I guarantee after the relationship grows and stuff, you're going to wonder why you didn't do this sooner, or why because you're going to find that you need it in your life as much as that little needs it in their life. And I guarantee that'll happen at some point. So.
Absolutely.
Very good. Well, Kim, as always, appreciate the visit, and we'll see you next time here. And anytime, I'd love to even down the road during the summers when things get going, if we want to bring in a couple matches here to talk about experiences and things, love to have all that.
Yes.
So whatever you guys want to do, let us help you do it.
I will.
Awesome.
I appreciate you.
Thank you. We'll see you next time, okay?
Thanks.
Don't work too hard.
No.
And hopefully the allergies calm down now. Load up on the any Claritins or whatever you got going on. So, thank you, Kim. We'll see you next time. All right. It is 8:55. Let us go ahead and do a quick news update and a couple commercials to pay for lunch. We'll be back. Don't go away.
Now for your Pecos Valley News Update, I'm Jared Cirillo. New developments in the double shooting at a Roswell park. Now, police say the teen suspect they were looking for has been caught. 15-year-old Javen Montoya was arrested in Ruidoso on Monday. RPD says Montoya was captured at a trailer at a site along US 70. He was arrested without incident and is now being brought back to Roswell. Last week, RPD said it was looking for Montoya in connection to the killings of Cameron Luna and Jorge Armendariz at Cahoon Park. Eddy County Commissioners have awarded a car contract to a local dealership after the lowest bidders were disqualified from the competition. The $874,000 deal is between the Sheriff's Office and Guy Chevrolet, which actually submitted the highest bid for 20 new Sheriff's Patrol cars. Anicia Cerna, the Eddy County Finance Officer, told commissioners that Guy Chevrolet was actually the only bidder to have an active New Mexico Performance Certificate. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo reporting.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Generally fair over the next couple of days and warming up quite a bit as we head toward the weekend. We may get some clouds early, but clearing up through the midday and afternoon. Our high today should be in the mid-80s. For the overnight hours, we're expecting clear skies and down to a low of 50. Then we warm up on Thursday, low 90s and sunny, right around 90 and sunny on Friday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. JetBlue Airways said Tuesday that it lost $255 million in the first quarter, and widespread flight cancellations in April, plus the need to hire and train more pilots, will delay the company's return to profitability. JetBlue said it would further reduce its schedule this summer to limit delays and cancellations. The Biden administration is scrapping old-fashioned incandescent light bulbs, speeding an ongoing trend toward more efficient lighting that officials say will save households, schools, and businesses billions of dollars a year. New Energy Department rules will require manufacturers to sell energy-efficient light bulbs, accelerating a long-time industry practice to use compact fluorescent and LED bulbs that last 25 to 50 times longer than incandescent bulbs. The Trump administration had slowed an earlier phase-out of incandescents, saying it was targeting rules that burden business. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
The weather is heating up. Time for new beginnings and time to get a new vehicle for you and your family. Richland Chevy Buick GMC and Richland Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram both have amazing spring deals on both new and pre-owned vehicles. You'll find a huge inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Or better yet, customize your new vehicle. Order it today and build the vehicle of your dreams. Right now, Richland is offering top dollar for your trade. And with the Richland Brand Champion Program, you can ride with confidence knowing you are taken care of long after the sale. Ride for the brand that rides for you. Richland, where service is always job one.
For people suffering with joint pain, simple movement feels like just taking a step feels like, and lifting your arm can feel like. Don't let joint pain be in charge of your life. The skilled orthopedic experts at Loveless Medical Group SCORE are helping more people take back their lives with some of the most advanced surgeries in the region. We're doing more than restoring joints, we're restoring lives. Call Loveless Medical Group SCORE today at 575-625-3300 so life can feel like, ah.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. The catfish has over 27,000 taste buds. Do you think they prefer fried or blackened? Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is closing in on 9 o'clock. Stay tuned next hour. We're going to have the folks from American Legion Post 61 join us about 9:15 or so, get an update from them. Also, just a reminder, today is the every 15 minutes. They're going to be doing the crash and all that. I'll tell you more about it next hour, but that's going on today. Don't be alarmed if you see it.
No static at all. Your new home for talk radio is KEND Roswell.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. Homeland Security Secretary Mayorkas is on the Capitol Hill hot seat this morning, testifying before a House panel as the southern border crisis intensifies. Mayorkas has been the target of scathing criticism from congressional Republicans, more than 50 GOP lawmakers signing a letter accusing the secretary of trashing the security of our southern border, of failing to enforce U.S. immigration laws, and of willingly endangering American citizens. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell says Republicans are prepared to fight to keep Title 42 border restrictions in place. McConnell is talking about tacking an amendment onto a $10 billion pandemic relief package. The add-on would require continuing enforcement of Title 42.
I want to make it clear to you and to the Majority Leader that we'll need to have a Title 42 vote at some point here, in all likelihood, on the COVID package.
McConnell says the southern border is already entirely too open. He says dropping Title 42 would only make things worse. Ukrainian President Zelensky blames Russia for several explosions in a pro-Moscow district of Moldova on the border with Ukraine. Zelensky accuses Russia of conducting another false flag operation in the region where 1,500 Russian troops are stationed.
And the fear is from the Ukrainian side that it's going to lead either to those 1,500 troops invading, taking part in the war, something they haven't done so far, or possibly it might give further justification for the Russians, is signaling their intent to carry on their push westwards.
The BBC's Joe Inwood in Kiev. A prisoner swap with Russia has resulted in the release of American Marine Corps veteran Trevor Reed, held in a Moscow jail since 2019. Watching Wall Street, the Dow's up 173 points, the Nasdaq 94 points higher. More on these stories at townhall.com.
I'm about to compare a pepper shaker to a cash-out refinance. Hang with me. You know when you're at a restaurant and they ask, would you like some fresh ground pepper? And then they crank that giant tube, but almost nothing comes out? For me, only a certain amount of time is socially acceptable to wait. I know that getting that pepper out might make my life better, but it just seems too impossible. And that's what we hear people say about the cash out refinance. People realize that the value of their home has gone up like hot pepper the last few years, leaving all this extra money sitting inside their home. But is it too hard to get out? It's Ryan from United Faith Mortgage. If you're interested in cashing out the extra pepper in your home, we're good at doing all the work while you just sit back and relax. And often, your mortgage payment and years in the loan will stay the same. If you'd like to hear about your options,
we are United Faith Mortgage.
United Faith Mortgage is a DBA of United Mortgage Corp. 25 Melville Park Road, Melville, New York. Licensed mortgage banker. For all licensing information, go to NMLSConsumerAccess.org. Corporate NMLS number 1330. Equal housing lender. Licensed in Alaska, Hawaii, Georgia, North Dakota, South Dakota, or Utah.
Chinese drone company DJI Technology temporarily suspending business in Russia and Ukraine to ensure that its products are not used during the hostilities.
The decision seems to be based on two factors. DJI has said its products are for civilian use only, and it doesn't want them to be used to cause harm. The world's leading drone manufacturer could also be worried that sales to Western countries might be hit if it continues selling to Russia. In a statement, it said it was looking at compliance requirements in different countries. This is the first major Chinese company to take this action. Other firms there have been cautious about suspending business with Russia because the government in Beijing opposes sanctions on Moscow.
That's the BBC's Michael Bristow. A federal appeals court has agreed to reconsider a ruling that rejected California's first-in-the-nation ban on for-profit private prisons and immigration detention facilities. News and analysis, townhall.com. A Japanese woman recognized as the world's oldest person has died.
Kane Tanaka was 119, just short of her goal of reaching 120. Born January 2nd, 1903, Tanaka loved playing board games, and she had a fondness for chocolate and fizzy drinks. She was certified by Guinness World Records as the oldest living person in 2019, back when she was only 116. She claimed she was still enjoying life and had hoped to live until 120. Tanaka died April 19th. Jason Walker reporting.
SpaceX has launched 4 astronauts to the International Space Station for NASA. The Falcon rocket blasted off before dawn today from Florida's Kennedy Space Center. The astronauts expected to arrive at the space station tonight. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. Leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3.
Tres Inviernos.
Of Mornings with Mike Winters. Right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Wednesday.
See.
Mm-hmm. Don't forget, it's Purple Day. Get your purple on. Thanks to Tava. She gave me my purple.
Yeah.
I'm purpled up.
All perped up.
But not only should you wear purple, help out Royal Family Kids on Purple Day here. They're going to be at the UFO McDonald's parking lot today from, I think it's noon. Let me get on the page here and get you the exact times. They will be at McDonald's from noon until 6 today. Is that right? Yeah, 2 to 6. They'll be there from 2 to 6 at the McDonald's, they're collecting toys for boys and girls 7 to 12, new unwrapped toys.
Yep.
If you'd like to drop one off there for Royal Family Kids, they actually give those at the birthday parties for the kids at the camp. The other way you can help out is eat Domino's Pizza today.
Yes, stuff your face.
All day here, Domino's is partnered with Royal Family Kids, and if you get carry out through either the North-South Main, doesn't matter, Domino's, go through carry out, and if you go there to order your pizzas, tell them it's for Royal Family Kids. They will donate a portion to Royal Family Kids. They'll get a portion of the cost of your meal. Yep. You can do it online as well. It's only through carryout, not delivery, but you can do it online as well. If you want to do it online, when you go through the website, enter offer code DN1. The letter D, David, N as in Nancy, the number 1.
David Nancy 1.
And you will that will get you into the code so that they can get the money for Royal Family Kids. But that's all day, carry out only for Domino's. So get your pizzas or salads or chicken wangs or you know what they got a great dessert. The marbled brownie cookie.
Oh yeah.
Love that
the
thing.
brookie?
Yeah. Love that thing. Or if you want to do the knots of the dipping sauce, whatever your proclivity is. I myself am a chicken bacon ranch sandwich guy. I like the pasta primavera.
I do like their pastas.
And, of course, pizza. And then, of course, those marbled cookie brownies are my go-to.
Their Italian meatball pasta is really good.
Yeah, I've always gone,
meatball marinara.
To be honest, I've never had their marinara pastas. I've always gone with the creamy sauce. I don't know, it's just my...
I like a cream sauce, but I really do like the marinara.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's great. That's me. I always lean that way when I go. I mean, I love marinara, and I eat it all. But if someone gives me a choice of like an Alfredo or a marinara, I go Alfredo. Yeah, that's just me.
It's been a very food-heavy day.
I love food.
I'm weirdly more hungry this morning than most mornings.
Yeah, it's not helping.
Certainly is not.
But yes, definitely. And then, of course, if you'd like to make monetary donations, like and follow Royal Family Kids on Facebook. You'll find links to the website, all that stuff there, and help out today. Today's the day. And of course, if you'd like to become a volunteer to work at the summer camp and all that stuff, swing by the McDonald's, UFO McDonald's there in the parking lot between 2 and 6. When you drop off your toys, talk to Tabitha and the folks there, and they'll give you all the information about that. So, and then of course, Big Brothers Big Sisters. There's a lot of stuff you can get involved with. Help out with these. Yeah. They're all great organizations that help youth in our community here. So,
indeed.
There's something else I was going to say, and it just went right out of my head.
Well, this is what I was leaning towards by being a food heavy morning. Is I stumbled on a tweet. It was actually in show prep, and it brought up a question that I'd be curious to find out your answer to, which I think I might already know.
Yeah, you probably.
McDonald's tweeted out just simply the words "bring back blank."
Okay,
that's all it was. Basically, people are speculating whether they're going to bring something back to their menu, whether it's like a limited time thing, or if they're just taking suggestions. So a lot of people got into it and started, tweeting a bunch of responses.
Okay.
Like the McPizza.
I will say, what's kind of the comments you're seeing?
Well, the McPizza is the big one.
Okay.
That's like the one that people really want.
DLTs in there, McDLTs.
McDLT was another big one. Actually, when I posed the question this morning on my show, our boss said the McDLT.
Yeah.
And I agree with. I love the idea of the hot side staying hot, the cool side staying cool. And yeah, they got rid of it because of the styrofoam packaging. But it's 2022. You're telling me they can't come up with a sustainable way to keep the hot side hot and the cool cool.
I'm sure they could.
We need to be able to figure out. I mean,
it's kind of like
put a bed in a box. We can figure out a way to keep our hots hot.
Well, it's like their chicken sandwich. They got that sleeve that they keep it in to keep the bun steamed and all that good stuff.
Yeah,
so I'm sure they can invent something. Yeah.
Come on, R&D. But there's other answers like the McHot Dog.
See, I never saw a hot dog at McDonald's in my life.
It was big in like the 90s, I think. Is like when it had its time.
Never seen. And the pizza, I only saw at select ones.
I never actually saw the pizza.
I saw one McDonald's in Southern Maryland that was in St. Mary's County that offered pizza. And I think, I don't know if it's like today, but they did it until recently. They were offering pizza.
And the other one, and this is actually still available seasonally at certain locations, is the McLobster roll.
That's got to be up in Maine or something.
It's New
England.
It was actually a nationwide thing for the longest time. Like
Was it?
For several years.
I would have totally down with
Now
that.
it's
How did I
only
miss
available
that?
in like, I think specifically in New England locations just in lobster season.
And I got to go, and I've already said it 100 times because I've always talked about my most favorite thing at McDonald's. It was the steak and egg bagel. And that has gone the way of the dodo. Although
I have heard it's also available. It is available in certain locations too.
I've heard you tell me that, but I've never seen it anywhere. So my answer to that question would be the steak, egg, and cheese bagel. That would be bring back this. What would be yours?
Okay, so mine, it's an obscure one, but when I worked there back in 2000, like 2002, 2003, they had this. It was called the grilled chicken flatbread. It was just a flatbread with stuff with grilled chicken, cheese, and a bunch of other stuff like peppers, onions, stuff like that. And it had this cream sauce on it. It was divine.
Now that you say that, I remember a chicken wrap that they had for a while there that I used to dig.
It was grilled chicken, so it was kind of healthier for me. Or at least I thought it was.
And I think the one I'm thinking of had grilled or crispy. You could go either way, and they put it in a wrap, basically.
In like a tortilla. But this was like, it was like a flatbread, so it was kind of pillowy, and it had that kind of like dustiness almost that you get from like certain tortillas, you know what I'm talking about? Like it's fresh sitting in the, I can't explain. It was so good. I would get that every single day that I worked there on my break.
You know what else I'd like to see? And this is weird. I don't know, because everyone's gotten fancy and highfalutin. But I love the McDonald's chocolate shake. I don't want it in the McCafe cups and everything, or the whipped cream or all that fancy.
You can get it without the whipped cream.
I just want it in the same McDonald's cup. Just put it right in that bad boy. Put the thing in the straw, and I'm good to go. That's how I want my milkshake. I don't need the whipped cream. I don't need all the fancy stuff.
You can order it without the whipped cream.
I do order it that way. But I want it in the old school McDonald's. I don't know. It's just it's a sentimental thing to me. That equated happiness. When I knew I was a happy kid.
I guess I can see where you're coming from with that.
I had my big McDonald's cup filled with chocolate milkshake, and it was in the little it's not the clear thing. It's not, I don't know. It's
like the old school cardboard cup.
Yeah, it's something about that, and it's a nostalgic thing, and it's a memory thing. But
sure,
the shake tastes better to me like that. Even though I know it's not.
I will argue that the shake tasted better before, because the other thing they did when I was working there was nationwide, all the machines were shake machines were getting swapped out for the new triple thick shake machines, and they were making their shakes triple thick.
Okay,
the old shake before was a lot runnier. It was a lot, more milky, and I prefer it that way.
Okay, maybe that's what I too miss. I don't know.
I think that's probably the viscosity.
Well, and I've noticed it's different. That's the one thing I noticed differently. Like you go to McDonald's all across the world, and you go in, you get a sandwich. It tastes like a sandwich here. I went into a German McDonald's when I was in the Air Force, and they had beer. That was
which is very odd.
They had beer at their McDonald's, and I've been to one in Australia.
Okay.
So those are the two McDonald's I've been to that weren't in the United States. And they were the same, with the milkshake was the difference. Like their milkshakes, both of them, Germany and Australia, it was like milk. It wasn't like any kind of thickness. It was literally milk consistency. Tasted fine,
it was just runny.
Different.
Yeah.
And of course you went to Europe and they don't have quarter pounders. They call them something else. But
the weird thing that they had they call it the Royale.
Yeah.
The weird thing, I went to a German McDonald's, and the thing that it was in an airport, but the weird thing at their McDonald's was they had it was different parts of the world in a sandwich. Like they had the Mick America.
Yeah.
They had like the Mick Malaysia.
Well, they kind of did that. Was it 2 years ago where they kind of brought some of the?
Well, this was back in this was back in 2001.
Okay. Well, what I'm saying is they tried to remember about 2 years ago or a year ago they were bringing like international sandwiches to the American menu, and you get to try like the Canadians their poutine chicken sandwich, whatever it was. I don't remember what it was, but so I wonder if it's some of that.
It could be something similar to that. But.
Yeah, I liked those. By the way, I like eating. What.
I agree. Bring back some of that seasonal or that other parts of the world.
Well, mine wouldn't be a bring back, but I want to go. I want to push an envelope farther.
Okay.
Triple fish sandwich. I've had the double and I love it. What happens when I put 3 on there? What happens?
Your heart stops.
It's fish.
It's
not like beef patties. It's
I'll
fish.
have you know, sir, that
Yeah, it's fried fish, but it's fish.
we can say this since it's not Friday, but the filet of fish is literally the least healthy thing on their menu.
Oh, shut your mouth. I love that thing.
swear to you, that's like the thing.
It is pizza day.
Yeah,
but
we're promoting Domino's, but having conversations between the buns.
And by the way, no on anchovies on pizza.
You know, I've never had it.
I remember when I was telling you about why I don't like onions on pizza? Uh-huh. Anchovies are 10 times worse. You cannot remove anchovies from pizza.
I mean, I don't.
You take the anchovies off, the things taste like a fish pizza still.
Right.
Like I accidentally got a pizza when I was in the Air Force. I got a pizza delivered, and I don't know whose order I got. It wasn't mine, but it was an anchovy pizza.
I don't know if there's a place that still does anchovies on pizza.
But I said, you know what? I'm going to live a little. Let's see what this thing's going on, and it was revolting. And I'm a guy that loves to try that stuff.
And I like sardines. I like, out of the can.
And I like fish. I'm a seafood guy. But anchovies on a pizza, people ought to be put on trial for thinking that idea. That's a bad idea.
I feel like anchovies only exist on a pizza's menu for prank purposes.
Maybe. No, there's people legit like it.
Who? Why?
A matter of fact, I was online like a couple weeks ago, and one of the radio shows, the guys I follow, he was all about his anchovy pizza and talking about how this is what he always gets, and it was extra good that day. And I'm like, what's wrong with you, man? And yeah, it's a thing.
Not a guy with a lot of friends, or at least not up close.
It's a thing. It's a thing. Not my thing, but it's a thing.
Definitely not my bag either.
Yeah. So, anyway, I do want to probably move on with the hour here. We can talk about fish and all that. But we do have the folks from American Legion Post 61 family joining us here. We'll get an update from them in just a few minutes. Later on this hour, we'll get you up to date with news of the local variety, along with your Sean Handy update, your Wall Street business update, and whatever else we can come up with for this hour of the show. Before we do any of that, let's take a look at your weather. They're saying there's a chance. We might get some rain today. We might not, but we might. Here it is.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Generally fair over the next couple of days and warming up quite a bit as we head toward the weekend. We may get some clouds early, but clearing up through the midday and afternoon. Our high today should be in the mid-80s. For the overnight hours, we're expecting clear skies and down to a low of 50. Then we warm up on Thursday, low 90s and sunny, right around 90 and sunny on Friday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 62 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 70% with winds out of the south at 14 miles per hour. Today, there is a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Noon and 3. Between noon and 3 is the sweet spot, what they're telling us here. Otherwise, partly cloudy for today. It's going to be warm, 87 the expected high, with winds out of the south 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear with an overnight low of 50. Winds will be out of the south 15 to 20. They'll drop down 5 to 10 after midnight. For you Thursday, we'll be back into the low 90s tomorrow. Sunny and 93 with west winds 5 to 10 in the morning. 15 to 20 out of the southwest tomorrow afternoon. Thursday night, clear skies with an overnight low of 53. Winds out of the southwest 15 to 20. They'll drop down 10 to 15 after midnight. And then Friday, right around 90 for a high, 89 officially under sunny skies. West winds 10 to 15 in the morning, 15 to 20 for the afternoon. And then glancing at the weekend, sunny and 86 on Saturday, mostly sunny and 91 on Sunday. And it looks like next week we'll start off in the low 90s, around 93 or so for start the work week next week. All right, it is 21 minutes after 9 o'clock. We're going to take a 3-minute commercial break, and then we'll talk American Legion Post 61 business on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
To plant or not to plant? That is the question. Hi, this is Jim Gill from Roswell Seed Company. Our tomato plants and pepper plants are ready to go. If you plant them now, you might have homegrown tomatoes and peppers before anyone else. Or the frost might kill them. As Clint Eastwood would say, do you feel lucky? You'll either be the smartest gardener in the county or you'll get to replant them all over again. I say go for it. You'll get more practice and we'll get more business. This is Jim Gill from Roswell Seed Company, and I apologize to William Shakespeare.
Roll in and save.
during the Moneyopoly event at Roswell Nissan with game-changing savings on a huge selection of vehicles like a 2017 Chevy Malibu for just $279 a month, a 2018 Escape for just $249 a month, or a 2015 Rogue for just $149 a month. Get a mini Monopoly board and play the Plinko Cash Grab for your chance at cold hard cash just for stopping by. Get a free trip to Vegas with a test drive and bring your mailer for the chance to win $50 grand. Moneyopoly all month long at Roswell Nissan, 2111 West 2nd.
If you need a Kubota that works and plays hard, stop looking. You'll find everything you need at Amigo Machinery. When it comes to tough Kubota tractors, mowers, construction equipment, and utility vehicles, all with low-rate financing, Amigo Machinery is your one-stop shop. We are passionately committed to providing our customers with the highest quality products, most innovative solutions, and services delivered with integrity and professionalism. Stop by Amigo Machinery in Roswell or see us online at amigo-machinery.com.
There's a whole universe out there. Come explore at the International UFO Museum and Research Center, featuring engaging exhibits and in-depth first-hand accounts of the incident that put Roswell on the map. The research library features the most comprehensive collection of UFO research materials in the world, and you can get exclusive one-of-a-kind gifts and merch from the gift shop or online at roswellufomuseum.com. Don't forget about the UFO Festival, July 1st through 3rd, celebrating the 75th anniversary of the Roswell incident. The International UFO Museum and Research Center. It's otherworldly.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard has led to a lot of firsts for me. The education assistance I received made it possible for me to be the first person in my family to go to school and graduate debt-free. That education helped get me to the first day at my dream job, a job that I can still hold while I serve part-time. That job, plus the other benefits possible from the Army National Guard, helped me become a first-time homeowner. Also, part of my role as a National Guard soldier means I know that I can be one of the first to respond and help my community if disaster ever strikes. I'm extremely proud that I get to serve my community, and that first step I took by joining the Army National Guard has made all the difference in my life. Talk to your local recruiter or visit NationalGuard.com to find out what firsts are available to you in the Army National Guard.
Sponsored by the New Mexico Army National Guard. Aired by the New Mexico Broadcasters Association and this station.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Men are 6 times more likely to be struck by lightning than women. That's because men are 6 times more likely to wear a tinfoil hat in a thunderstorm. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 24 minutes after 9 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from American Legion Post 61 family here, we have Commander Stephen Lee and our auxiliary president as well, Jen as well. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
How's everybody doing?
Hanging in there.
Good?
Yep.
Good weekend? Everybody having good, everything's going well?
Yeah, for the most part.
Good deal.
Busy.
It's been busy. I know American Legion Post, of course, coming off our most recent event was this past Sunday. We did have a Gold Star ceremony for one of our families here in town.
Merlin Senna.
Yeah. So and so we do basically that kind of thing we do twice a year in the fall and here in the spring, honoring Gold Star moms and families.
Yeah, and it's going to be September.
Yeah, and then
end of September.
So, of course, we'd like to invite folks and learn more about that. And, of course, if there's families out there that are Gold Star families and stuff, please reach out to us. We'd like to talk to you and
we'd like to honor a bunch of them.
Mm-hmm.
So
we would love to have it where it's locked down. Well, it's a good and a bad.
I'd like to hit our cap.
Yeah.
That's what I'd like to
do. I wish we didn't have Gold Star families
that would
to
be
begin
nice.
with. That would be the ultimate goal.
Yes.
But since we do, we'd like to honor every one of them if we can. So. Let's see what else. Scholarships. Probably should talk that. This is a time. Now we're in the official. Get off your keister and let's get these things applied.
Yes, there's free money sitting out there. Come claim it.
Free money. I can't seem to give it away. I got 5 scholarships to give away.
Yes.
Nobody's even applied.
And this is the time of year. Go to our American Legion Post website, roswelllegion.org.
Right.
Go there right now, or bookmark it, something. You can learn all about the Post 61 family there, but there you'll find a link to our scholarships. You'll see all the requirements, the prerequisites that you must meet to be able to qualify, which
aren't much.
If you're a family member of a veteran or a veteran yourself, direct family member, veteran, or family member, and that's and going to a accredited institution for something, whether STEM related, whether it's a technical or nursing or a traditional 4-year college. That's it, and then you got to fill an essay out, there you go. That's your work is done. The rest is on us.
In free money.
There you go. Rest is us planning and deciding who our most worthy people are of all that. So.
Yeah. And I understand that the New Mexico governor is considering doing the free tuition thing, but there's more to college than just tuition, guys. You got to pay for books. You got to pay for all of your sciencey equipment and tools.
And let's face it, not all kids go to New Mexico schools.
That's true. No. Because you can take this money out of state, guys.
It goes wherever you go.
Yeah,
I sent it to the college, so I don't really care if it's here or the moon. Yeah. It doesn't matter to me.
No, obviously, I think the college and stuff wants you to be local here, stay local, and all that. But that's up to you.
I'd like to be in that situation 4 or 5 years from now where they say, "Well, we're going to give priority to New Mexico schools," but we're not there yet. Yeah. I mean, I got free money sitting here. You guys don't want it? That's fine. I'll spend it on something else.
Jeez, we'll have a big party. But no, I'm just kidding.
I got $13,500 to give away.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. There's some real money here to be used for school. And like Jim was saying, it's not necessarily tuition. Maybe it's paying for books. Maybe it's paying for
my smallest
lodging,
award is $1,500.
Nice.
And that's
the rest
nothing
of
to
them
sneeze
are $2,500.
at.
I mean,
I haven't bought college books in a while, but at least buy you like 2.
I might buy you 2. And those aren't the ones you use in class. Yeah. Well, let me get this out of the way so that I keep my promise to Commander Louie over
Oh, cool!
at
Yeah, we want to invite everybody out for this. This is pretty cool.
Yeah, so we're going to have a car show over at American Legion Post 28 on May 14th.
All right.
From 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's going to be at 1620 North Montana. Of course,
they're at
the other post.
And while you're there, you can see the remodel. And they just had a ribbon cutting and did a bunch of work over to the lodge there. And so if you'd like to see their post facilities while you're checking out all the cool cars.
They're going to have live music, food, drinks, the whole 9 yards. It's $25 per person. It's a fundraiser for, it's $25, not for entry, I'm sorry, entry for the vehicles or bikes. $25 if you want to show your vehicle.
You got a car or vehicle to show.
Right.
Okay.
But you got to understand, this is a fundraiser. They got to fix that roof now.
That's their big
before
that's
it
their big
starts
priority.
monsoon season.
So that's the whole thing.
Does it cost to just go and see the cars?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't believe that they're.
But if you'd like to make a donation, again, all of it's to help Post 28 fix that roof and keep doing the
further information.
The good things
please
they do.
Contact Joe Lovato. 575-626-7041. Again, that's 575-626-7041. They have a flyer on this. I will be scanning that in and putting it on their website this afternoon.
Can I make a copy of that too?
That's fine.
My own.
But I needed to get that out of the way because I made a promise to
And
Louis
that's
yesterday.
May 14th?
May 14th.
What time does that start on the 14th?
7 to 4.
Do they have a deadline on getting your vehicles registered for the event or anything, or is it probably day of, up till the day of, I'm guessing?
It doesn't say that on here, but I would contact Joe Lovato for those types of questions.
Okay. Yeah, come out. And so if you got a car or vehicle you want to show, get in there, show it. And then all you car folks love watching this stuff and coming. Or if you're,
it looks like they're doing bikes, too.
Okay.
Yeah,
so bikes.
Cars and bikes.
Nice.
Motorcycle bikes or bicycle bikes?
No, motorcycles.
Because sometimes they do that. I know. I laugh, but I've gone to car shows.
If you got a really tricked out tricycle,
I've seen it.
$25. Bring it out there.
A lot of times they'll bring cars out and they'll have, especially like with lowriders and stuff, they'll have a tricked out lowrider and then they'll basically put a bicycle to match it. And it'll be a tricked out bicycle, like with the blinged out rims and everything, just like the lowrider, like they match.
See, I've seen that
several
times. I had a big wheel. Maybe we could bring big wheels.
Yeah, no.
back,
I was kind of not joking. Like I've seen that happen.
Oh, see, I'd never heard of that. That's
it's quite cool.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, please mark down your calendars and get out there and participate there. And again, RoswellLegion.org. Please, for folks that are looking to attend college here that has that do have a veteran connection here, please.
Well, if you don't need money, don't call me. So.
I don't know a lot of college kids that say no, I'm good.
Well, I'm disappointed because I only gave away one scholarship last year, and I still got money sitting on the table.
All right. RoswellLegion.org. Keep going there. Apply. Tell your friends if you know somebody.
Apparently, money has gone out of style.
Well, somebody must have found the money tree seeds. I'm still looking for them.
Must be.
I wish they'd tell me where it's at.
Maybe it's off of the old.
I have not
pot
seen to
sales,
locate that.
Right.
That nobody needs money anymore because they got drugs.
Let's talk about. Is there any other upcoming events? I know this summer it's a little bit far out, but they plan on doing a flag retirement in June.
Yeah,
that's a partnership with Post 28 again.
Yeah, we'll be doing a flag retirement.
Trying to think if there's any other
on Flag Day.
Yeah. Is there any other upcoming events we want to put on people's radar?
Oh, I don't know. Memorial Day might be.
Oh yeah, Memorial Day. Thank you. I'm just trying to think
that one. Yeah.
My brain's going. So yes, we do have Memorial Day.
American Legion is going to have 2 separate Memorial Day functions.
Excellent.
Yes.
There's going to be one at 10 a.m. at Memory Lawn.
Very good.
And we're trying to get NIMI involved in that one and the one at South Park.
Okay.
The one at South Park Cemetery. We're going to do ours at 1 p.m.
Okay, South Park will be at 1.
1 p.m.
And at Memory Lawn at 10 a.m.
10 a.m.
Yeah.
Okay.
Memory Lawn's way out on 19th, so
Yes.
just take 19th east until you run out of road.
Yeah.
And then go an extra block.
Yeah.
You see the big 18 by 25 flag out there.
Yes.
So.
Yep.
That'll be your beacon in the
Beacon in the day.
Yeah, or the night. Well, I guess it'll be during the day.
Well, actually, it's lit at night. So,
Yeah.
I mean, Henry put it out there as.
Of course, the ceremony won't be taking place at night.
No, it's at 10 a.m. Bright and early.
Very good. But we'd love to invite the public to come out and participate in one or both of these ceremonies.
Yep. Come honor our fallen heroes.
Absolutely.
Well, I mean, in the past, I've heard people say, 10 a.m. just too soon for me on a Saturday, and
now you got an
or
option.
Monday or whatever. And I said, now you got options.
Yeah. Do both or do one or the other.
One
an
or
early
the other.
bird, you got an early session. If you're more of an afternoon person, then you got it later in the day.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I realize South Park is a big cemetery, so we're planning to do the ceremony near the main buildings.
Right.
Yeah.
Where you see the gathering of people.
We're not.
at the flag
We're not going to be at McBride this year. We're going to be at
South Park.
At South Park.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. So a little bit less, I guess, hoofing it over there. So yeah.
Well, it's right on the road.
Right.
Exactly.
Should be fun.
Yeah, very good. It should be a great moment to remember and recognize, and that's what Memorial Day. And we want to. I know you're going to see it. Memorial Day. It's like, don't thank the veterans. This is for the. And I have always been of the opinion it's never a bad time to thank a veteran. But yeah, Memorial Day. Just a reminder. This is the day that we honor those that have made the ultimate sacrifice for our nation.
Yes.
And that's we talk about Veterans Day. That's for veterans. Memorial Day, we honor those that have made the sacrifice. So
I do want to mention out of Memory Lawn, we have been trying to get that fence painted. Weather has not been our friend.
It usually isn't.
It's either been out of the temperature range that we could actually do the painting, but we've got at least half of that fence painted at this point. We're trying to get it done before next week, but we need money. American Legion always needs money, especially since we're expanding.
Yeah.
We now have taken on a Cub Scout pack.
We have. That's made that official a week ago or so.
Yes, we're very excited.
We have Pack 61 coming up online. I understand they're going to be recruiting out of Military Heights and a couple other places. But if you want to join a very patriotic Cub Scout pack,
you'll meet out of the First United Methodist Church there. And
Pack 61 has officially gone on board.
Nice.
So,
well, we're glad to hear that. And
now we're doing all the fun work, the
planning of the programs and all that.
Yeah, but we got to do the online training and youth protection training, and I guess we get merit badges out of this.
Nice,
we do. See, I've always wanted a Scout merit badge.
Scout merit badge.
I mean, I was in Girl Scouts, but I don't know that I really got any of the badges because I never stayed with one group long enough to
compile and do all that.
I don't know why.
Yeah. Yeah, you can get a lot of merit badges in scouting.
Yeah, I was looking through some of the books that he was showing us during the meeting, and there's a lot of fun things to do.
There's a lot of stuff to unpack in scouting.
I've actually I teach radio merit badge on occasion here.
Do you really? That's
here
awesome.
For kids, yeah, on occasion. I've done it 3-4 times. I've
Very cool.
taught radio merit badge to kids here.
Now we're going to team up with once Post 28 gets theirs going, I guess their sons are going to start a troop or a pack or something over there,
cool.
but they haven't gotten quite as far.
They still
along
got some more
as we
logistics
do
to work on.
to jump through. But once that happens, we're going to team up with them, and we're going to be very patriotic scouting.
Good.
And we also have resources with the state. I'm also on the state scouting committee.
Okay.
So we do know that we have some funds available. There's going to be a financial structure to the pack that if you are a member of the post or the squadron or the auxiliary, there's going to be a financial benefit to that.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So not all of it will be borne by the family.
Mm-hmm. And to be honest, from my experience in scouting, as the scouts get more older, mature, it's going to shift from the adults doing all the planning and working to the kids doing a lot of that.
That's the goal. Yeah, we're trying to raise functional.
So right now, as Cub Scouts, it's all parents and adults
Pretty
really.
much, yeah.
But as they get into Boy Scouts and they get 13, 14, 15, they're gonna be the ones finding out how to
Driving
raise
the bus.
money and no, they usually make the adults drive the bus. But as far as planning on how to get the bus, the figurative bus.
Yes.
The figurative bus.
Yes.
But yeah.
Although by age 12, I was driving fully.
Well, that's because you lived out in the sticks. Though.
Yeah.
I grew up in the suburbs. That's probably not the.
Yeah, when I
smartest.
got to age 16, getting a driver's license was like, what do I need this card for?
Yeah. So when you get pulled over, they won't give you.
Well, nobody pulled you over out there.
Yeah, out there. But
most of the roads were made of dirt.
But scouting, it's a great opportunity here, and we're excited as opposed to do this, and we're looking for and in all honesty, scouting and American Legion share many common values there.
Yeah. Scouting has a very long tradition with the American Legion, and we're going to continue that legacy.
And our particular group isn't just boys. We're doing both boys and girls.
Co-ed.
Yeah,
Very good.
Co-ed, yeah.
So.
Well, I know, when we talk about patriotism and flag respect and flag etiquette and things, that's very much. I learned all of mine through scouting. I knew it by the time I got to the military. I
we
learned
want
it
our
Boy
kids
Scouts.
to participate in a lot of flag stuff.
Yeah,
so
that's scouting to the core.
Scouting 101, and we're going to try to make it fun. We were looking into all the things that scouting does around town here, and we're going to try to do at least that, if not more. So
good.
We're going to try to make it interesting, try to make it worthwhile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the activities get cooler as they get older too.
Of course.
Because as they're younger, there's only so many high adventure things you can do because of age appropriate. But as they get older, then they're talking about whitewater rafting and things that.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So, let's see what else.
Big shout out to Leprino.
Yeah, they gave us a nice donation.
Gave us a hefty donation.
Yes, they did.
And that's going to help out
weighty
quite a bit.
cheese donation.
Well, yeah. Well, that's that.
There was a lot of cheddar on that.
There's a big bracket donation there.
I'm planning on utilizing some of that funds to actually get some of the things that the post needs. There's foundational stuff that the post is supposed to have.
Okay.
So I'm going to try to do that. One of the big things is to get our flag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's kind of one of the biggest things that shows that you are.
That you're moving up in the world.
Moving up in the world. You're a real post is that you got your own
That's
flag.
your status symbol, so to speak.
It is.
Kinda,
that and the bell.
Yeah.
Between those two, because a lot of traditional organizations, and I'll mention things like the Masons and stuff like that, they lay what they call the cornerstone. And the cornerstone is what, symbolizes us coming together and all that stuff. So, but I will say that with the donation that Luprino gave us, we're still going to have money left over after we do that.
Good.
A lot.
Good.
So
we can do our own
It's not like
internal
we're
housekeeping
spending
with that.
all of it on ourselves.
Well, that's just it. The money we have gotten really has gone back to charity, community-related stuff.
Oh,
We've spent
probably 99%.
Yeah, we
of it.
spent very little on actual post needs per se. It's mostly gone towards either, if not directly or indirectly, through fundraising to help someone else or someone.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean.
And I would also like to do a shout out to Reineke Medical. They actually gave the auxiliary a really nice donation for our charity bear project that we're going to be doing. Yeah,
the auxiliary's been very busy with in the crafting and the quilts of valor and the charity bears.
I want to talk about the charity bears.
Yeah.
These bears are basically hand-sewn stuffed animals is what they really are.
They're really neat.
But the purpose of these bears is very foundational, and we give them or will have them given to children in crisis.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just put in a situation where, let's say there's a massive car accident and there's injuries and things of that nature, but the child is not injured, but the parent is unable to
kid
do
on the
something
scene
with
there.
the kid.
Yeah.
That kid is going to be in crisis.
Yeah.
So these charity bears, they're not meant to completely take away the situation, but it's trying to, keep the child calm and not thinking about what's going on.
Yeah, bring some kind of something that they know and like into a situation that's very not kosher at that moment.
Now, it's not trying to replace the trauma, but it's trying to
provide comfort and security.
Provide comfort and security and
help get
through
that
the
child
moment.
to that moment. Yes,
exactly.
Yeah. And so law enforcement, things like that, will keep these on their vehicles and on their persons
Right. The
as
first
they need them.
set is supposed to go to the sheriff's department.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right. And we'll make a big deal about that when we actually do it. I don't know what the actual number is. But currently we have 50 bears sponsored.
Okay.
So we got to get them built and sent out. We gave a bunch of stuffed animals to the Roswell Police Department last year.
Mm-hmm.
So they're pretty much good to go for the moment.
Okay.
So, but
as they need more,
they will probably be number 2 on our list.
Okay.
And then any overflow after that will probably go to the shelters.
Nice.
Yes, definitely. We want to make sure that the sheriffs and the police departments have what they need, but we also really want to give some to the shelters.
Yeah.
Because a shelter, while it's a nice stopgap to solve some problems, it's not home.
Yeah.
So we're hoping that the stuffed animals will help.
And I know for a fact, especially like with your domestic violence shelters,
Exactly.
a lot of those folks come in with the clothing on their back,
And
kids
that's
in
it.
tow,
Pretty
and
much,
that's about it. So
And usually
they
it's
need
not
everything.
clothing that you could go to work in.
Exactly.
Yeah, and we try to buy stuff to go into like the CASA stores and stuff like that. And then we hand deliver stuff to the shelters for the kids. I mean, toothpaste, toothbrushes,
toiletries,
pajamas,
things
Well, and this last holiday season, we made sure to donate some board games and things to help bring the families that are there closer together.
Yeah, because
puzzles and stuff like that.
I know, like the Refuge, for instance, they try really, really hard to make that a family, normal environment in that home. Like when holidays roll around, they celebrate the holidays like a big family. They'll cook together. They'll, give gifts and do all much like you would do in your own home.
Right.
There, so they try to recreate that. So bringing games, bringing those toys and
the
things.
turkeys and everything we donated.
That
one
kind of
thing
stuff
I do
is
want to say
helpful.
is we do need help making these things. So
Yes, we
if
do.
you're crafty or
And you don't have to know how to sew.
Right. You don't have to know how to sew.
I certainly don't.
Not everybody.
You can cut a straight line or,
not but everybody in the family knows how to sew. And I'm talking about the American Legion family. I mean, I don't know how to sew, and I'm down there cutting out patterns and tracing stuff out or what have you. Now, these pairs I want to mention they're going to have an American Legion flair to them.
Of course.
Of course. We've got leftover material that we were making masks out of, which is
steering
kind
wheel
of
covers and other
passé.
things.
So we're going to repurpose that stuff.
Some
So
outfits and
the
things. for these
belly
bears.
of the bear will probably have some sort of patriotic thing on it. It's going to be cool. And
very cool.
Scouts, we need scouts. They can put the little dots on.
They
for
do a
the
lot
eyes.
of service projects in scouting. This will be some good stuff for them too. Yeah,
I
absolutely.
mean, it's all age appropriate stuff. I'm not asking people to, wield sharp objects, but
well,
the eyes on the bears are basically just dots.
When the Boy Scouts get to Boy Scouts and they have to earn their totem chip, that's the whole point, is so they
There
can
you
safely
go.
learn to use sharp objects.
Yes.
They teach them axe and knife and all those skills.
Age appropriate.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you bet.
Exactly. So, but yeah, we would love to do that. And of course, if you want to get in helping out with the bears and crafts on Thursday nights, come on out and be a part of that.
You don't even have to be a member. I mean, if you want to come out and help,
Sure.
Yeah, if you're a member of a quilting group, or you just got some sort of crafty ability, or you just want to learn, hang out with some of us. And
American Legion, as a family, it's Post 61 especially, I mean, we work all together, and yes, we're a very service-oriented group, but it's the social aspect.
We're also a different animal.
Yeah, a social aspect.
We organized ourselves much differently.
Yeah.
We're a family. We're not 3 separate organizations.
Right.
But part of the mantra is the social side, too, and getting together and hanging out and doing things that aren't related necessarily to a service project, per se.
Right. Yeah, I mean, the Thursday night project nights are typically, we're working on something service related, but it's also, bring your dinner with you. We're having a meal before we get started.
Yeah.
We do lots of talking.
Think of the old sewing circles. Everyone gets around and chit-chats.
Very similar, yes.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. But there's food.
There is food. You got to bring your own.
Yeah,
because there's so many allergies out there. We figure it's safer
This
to do
is
it
true.
that way.
Everyone
I did reach out to KOB. I guess Alex Ross used to be with RDR. He's now with
he's
KOB.
with KOB now. Yeah,
the TV.
We're trying to get him to come out and do a little bit of a documentary on it or something.
Yeah.
But haven't heard from him yet.
He's getting a new job and kind of busy trying to.
He probably is.
He's a busy man, I'm sure.
And then we got, and I reached out to Juno, she's been kind of doing most of our newspaper reporting.
Okay.
Yep.
I haven't heard from her yet either, but she's probably pretty busy too. So.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in Roswell.
Yeah, but if you're interested in, and if you, of course, you want to be a part of our family, come out.
Absolutely.
Next week, actually, you'll start doing all, because next week's the first week of the month, so we'll have all of our meetings next week. That's
true.
Next week will be a good time for you to come visit and see
but
what we're all about.
tomorrow is a work day.
Yeah.
So
that's right.
So if you want to come meet us before, the more formal business meeting.
Yeah. Y'all get together, about 5:30?
About 5:30.
5:30 for work deal, and then we're working by 6.
Yeah.
So.
And it goes until about 8 o'clock.
But if you'd like to join us for our first meeting, or next meeting, I should say, will be 6 p.m. Thursday.
Week from Thursday.
Next Thursday, that first, whatever date that is in May. I don't remember.
May 5th.
May
Cinco
5th.
de Mayo.
There you go. Cinco
Is
de
it
Mayo.
really? Huh.
Yeah.
Huh. So when you're done with your Star Wars stuff on the day before, and then your Corona stuff, May the 4th be with you.
Oh, I see. I got you.
Oh, boy.
You did not know that? Of all people, I thought you would be into that.
No, I'm not a Star Wars kind of guy.
Yeah,
He's more of a Trekkie.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
not
May the 4th.
Not even the more recent Trek stuff.
Yeah. You're original.
I struggle with Next Generation. Now, Enterprise was pretty good, but
Enterprise was pretty good, yeah.
I did like that one. Star Trek's hit or miss. There's some I love and some I'm like, no.
Yeah.
I'm kind of liking the Picard, if you're watching that on Paramount
I've seen
Plus.
that one.
No,
It's getting a little weird, the second season, but I did enjoy the first season.
I've given up on Trek.
Have you?
Yeah.
They got a new one out, too.
I don't care.
The Great Beyond, or what are they calling it?
I don't know.
Don't care.
It's a new one that premieres here. It's like a whole new crew and everything.
No, I'm good.
Yeah.
Nah, I got burned out.
I got to admit, the guy that they've got as the captain, it's like they're trying to make him like a Suave Kirk, because he had beautiful hair, and he was it's like Chris Pine and a young Shatner. They made this guy, whoever they've got as the new captain. I was looking at him, and he's got a very suave hair, and I'm like, oh, I have no idea about the show. I don't know if he's a goofball, but the way they presented him in the pictures and everything, it's like, ding, with the smile and the hair.
Total
and just,
cheese. Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know.
So I do want to shout out to Ralph Green.
He's a member of our post.
Post. He videotaped
Yes,
the
he did.
Gold Star thing. I got to get it up on the website. I haven't done it yet.
So we'll get that available.
He sent that to me almost the same day, and I just haven't been able to get to it. I've been actually moving all the websites, and it's a daunting task just for one site, and I'm moving like 9. So it's
a Herculean effort, but we appreciate your efforts.
Excellent. Well.
And in the meantime, I have to write newsletter articles.
Yes, because I'm trying to get them out more timely. We do have a newsletter, folks.
Well, it just came out. I got it. Was it last week? I think I got my newsletter.
Good.
If you are interested in our newsletter and you're not a member, you can still sign up to get it if you want.
Okay.
RoswellLegion.org. RoswellLegion.org. On the left-hand side, the very bottom says Newsletter Archives. If you go to that page, it lists all of our old newsletters in there, back all the way since the formation.
Okay.
And there's a MailChimp sign-up
Okay.
at the bottom there. And
Nice.
if you're really interested,
put your email
there
address
you go.
in, and there you go. And then while
and
you're there,
you can opt out at any time.
while you're there, might as well go ahead and take a look at that scholarship application and
Right.
See if get that filled out. And of course, if you have questions and want more about the post, you'll find all of our contact information there and everything.
And if you look down where the little pillars are, there's a little PayPal donation link if you'd like to give me any money.
Can you do the direct for Memory Lawn through that too?
Yeah.
Okay, so because if you want to donate money, but you're saying, you know what, I want this money to go directly to Memory Lawn Cemetery, you can tell us that,
Yes,
and
you
not
can.
one dime of that will be used for our Legion stuff. It'll go directly for paying for gas or whatever is needed out at Memory Lawn.
Yeah, it's the same with all of our programs.
Yes.
If you want it specifically to go to children and youth or the charity bears or
If you just put in
whatever.
the comment section, this is for
Okay, and then we'll
Gold
get it
Star.
there.
This is for White Star. This is for whatever. You can
Okay.
pick and choose, or if you're bold
You guys
and
doing
daring,
good work.
just say thanks.
Here's some money. Do some good work with it. Yeah, we
Exactly.
can do that too.
Yep.
But yeah, if you're
I
very
did just get another donation from Memory Lawn the other day. In the name of Troy Green, actually. I haven't talked to Ralph about it, but
I don't think it was Ralph, though.
it was not Ralph.
Well, that's
it
very
was
nice of
someone
somebody.
that did it in his son's name.
well, that's very nice of them.
Yes.
But it was for Memory Lawn, and we put that in there.
Well, we got quite a few folks that have family members that call that place home, and we've been doing
298 vets out
and a lot of work's been done over the last year here getting that place back to where it should be.
Yep, the owner's going to be in town next week, so
Good.
He specifically requested to talk to me. So
good deal.
Yeah.
Maybe he's going to yell at me. I don't know.
Well, I know with the possibility of rain happening that we're going to be start gearing up for more mowing days and everything. So
That's
if
true.
you can't donate money,
Memory
please
Lawn
donate
is gonna
time.
start- Is going to start ramping up here again.
Yeah, well,
with
if
the
you-
sunshine and the water.
If you're thinking, well, I don't have a lot of money, but I got some good hands and I got the ability, then
There's
come
lots
out.
of weeds we need pulling. And
We'll announce our next Labor Day out there, and when we're
Oh,
gonna
that's right. American Legion last weekend we went out and we helped beautify.
at Bitter Lakes,
Bitter
the
Lake
Butterfly
Wildlife
Trail.
Refuge, the Bitter Lake Refuge,
The Butterfly Trail. That's pretty
we
cool.
struck a deal with one of the members out there for the scouting. We could do day scouting and stuff out there.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's a great facility, the Bitter Lake Wildlife Refuge. I mean, it's not like the party place like Bottomless Lakes is, because everyone goes over there and swimming and all that. But Bitter Lake is the refuge, and there's so many cool things. And when we talk Dragonfly Festival here in a couple months, you're going to want to sign up for some of the stuff they've got.
Yeah.
There,
Right.
Yep.
We just signed up again for Wreaths Across America. I do want to let people know that you don't have to wait until the last minute if you'd like to sponsor some wreaths.
Yeah.
So that's another thing as well.
Okay.
Any monies we take, even right now, will be set aside to purchase wreaths.
Specifically for wreaths across.
Specifically. We set a record last year, the number of wreaths.
Yeah,
And
we're hoping
looking
to exceed
We're looking
it.
to break it again next
Yes.
year. So
like it.
Anybody who wants to sponsor a wreath, please do so often as you can, because we need money to buy wreaths.
Yeah, it's a great memento for these families. And
Yeah.
things like that.
And part of the purchase price of those wreaths goes to the organization itself, and they do more than just put wreaths on the graves of our veterans.
Mm-hmm.
They help the kids, and they do education. I mean, it's a whole program they have going on.
I do
that's
want to
year-round.
emphasize that any monies that you give us for Wreaths Across America, we don't keep 1 cent of it.
It all goes to their
of it
program.
goes to Wreaths Across America.
Right.
Gotcha. We're just a conduit to help them.
pass-through
Yeah.
organization. Now, there's 2 ways to do this. You can go to the Wreaths Across America website and donate on behalf of our group.
Okay.
Normandy Harpole Post 61, or you can give me the money and then we hold it into we have a holding account
And then
for
we
that.
get X amount of dollars, you
And
just
then,
send it over to them.
Right.
Gotcha.
All of that goes.
Nice. Very good. Well, we're running short on time here, but again, best resource to learn and get more information, or if you missed anything we talked about here, roswelllegion.org. That is
or just call me directly, 575-268-0220. Glad to talk to anybody. Vets, you got any issues? We just took on a service officer for District 6. So
great. So that
should
person
help
can get out
with
there
that.
and do some of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
We'll have someone dedicated just for that stuff. So
That's
that's a
right.
good thing. And again, if you want to even do more than, check out the website, come visit. Like I said, come out for First United Methodist Church tomorrow about 5:30.
Yep.
Come meet the work party there and everything else. And then if you'd like to come to our formal meeting, it will be
from Thursday,
next Thursday, 6 p.m. at First United Methodist Church.
Yep.
You got it.
So, very good. Well, thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
We'll see you next time here. And we talked less about food this hour. I've been talking about food all day. And once we got the pizza out of our system this morning,
Yeah, you guys were talking about that.
You were
making me
not
hungry.
talking about food earlier. I mean, you may have started, but then you diverged into non-food.
Like anchovies and
Pineapples and anchovies and
I used
banana on pizza. I mean, what is wrong with you?
I used to be on Hawaiian pizza. Now I love it.
No.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah,
It's
I
one
love
of my
it now.
favorites.
I'm Team Hawaiian pizza now. So
No, that could be why you smell differently.
well, maybe. What are you smelling me for? No,
Oh, boy.
on that note, it's 9:57. A quick break before we go.
Thanks, Mike.
Hi.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason. Google's corporate parent, Alphabet Inc., posting its slowest quarterly revenue growth since 2020. Revenue during the January through March period totaling $68 billion. It's the first time since 2020 that the company reported a year-over-year gain of less than 30%. The results falling short of Wall Street's expectations. Boeing lost $1.2 billion in the first quarter of the year as it took large write-downs and lost money in both its civilian airplane and its defense businesses. Wall Street in the red at mid-morning. The benchmarks did open higher, getting a bump initially from Microsoft as well as from General Motors. After cutting off Poland and Bulgaria, Russia now warning that it may stop natural gas sales to other European countries as well. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason.
Wilbanks Trucking Services in Artesia is seeking dedicated and motivated individuals to join their team. Immediate openings include CDL drivers with pay starting at $25 to $33 per hour depending on experience. Riggers with pay starting at $20 per hour and open positions for lease operators. Wilbanks Trucking Services offers full benefits including medical, dental, vision, 401k, and housing for out-of-town employees. For more information on career opportunities, please call 575-746-6318 or online at wilbanks.us. Wilbanks Trucking Services is an equal opportunity employer.
Sure, you can inspect your own roof, get out that rickety ladder, crawl around up there and try to spot the problem until... Or you can call the experts at Do Right Roofing. Do Right Roofing has quality products for any type of roof. They can even install seamless gutters. Do Right Roofing will inspect your roof and give you a free estimate fast. Keep your feet on the ground. Call Do Right Roofing today.
575-623-2273. Let Do Right do your roof right.
Find them fast in names and numbers.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. You burn more calories sleeping than you do watching television. For the ultimate workout, fall asleep in front of the TV. Here's Mike Winters.
And that's going to do it